Recording in progress.
Welcome.
And it's too late.
Don't sing. Don't sing. You will get us in copyright infringement trouble. Yeah.
That's true.
Nobody would call it singing.
Even Happy Birthday's pushing it.
Even Happy Birthday is pushing it. How are you, Bodhi?
I'm good.
Good, good. Speak up for us for a second. Let's do a sound check.
Sound check.
Oh, wait, it's because my mic is all over there.
There
Is that
you
much
go.
better?
Hello. Oddly, that is much better.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Fascinating. What?
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Crazy.
Okay, so here's the general deal. If you haven't figured it out already, you three are playing Archons. Now, you're each playing an Archon that is working for a different Justicar. Two of those Justicars, one of them is in fact an ex-Justicar, so he's not actually an active Justicar, but he still has an enormous amount of influence over the inner circle. That is Archon Archon post-Justicar Gustavius, who Barry is working for as Archon Phoenix. Archon Carmina of the Ventru is heading up Charlie's character's Arconage. So how do we say your name of your character?
Tomoe.
Tomoe.
Tomoe. Yeah.
Tomoe. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we'll try and get that and remember it. Okay. And Phoebe.
Hello.
All right, Phoebe, tell us about Phoebe.
All I've got is that she was 85 when she was embraced.
Oh, so sweet.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know where I am or who my Justicar is.
Okay, so you are, well, as for where you are, that's up to you. The Justicar that you serve is Justicar Julius of Clanbrugge. So the thing is, when you awaken on this evening, wherever it is in the world that you are when you awaken, and whatever habitat it is in that you awaken, whatever time zone that it's in, you will get up and go about your usual everyday things. So it would certainly make things easier for me. What I was proposing is that you start with, you are about to go to a meeting. You've got 2 hours essentially to get to this meeting. The meeting is going to be about the red list, apparently. It's a very important meeting, and you've all been flown out to an aircraft carrier. You may have just arrived. You may be arriving now, in fact, at the aircraft carrier. Can you make perception alertness checks whilst you're on the helicopters?
Slowing up the game. And then I will.
Yeah.
Me. Perception alertness.
Perception alertness. Am I gonna have to start doing makeup now? Fuckers.
Yes.
Coming in here and upstaging your DM.
I feel like the DM's the one person who doesn't need to, because how are you gonna look like 100 different people?
Well, I used to have this this policy about shaving, so that if I had a clean face, I could always play a male or a female or whatever. It was more androgynous, you know.
I've actually preferred the beard on you. You look a bit more kind. But at the same time, like you can pull off those, powerful characters. What?
Just listen to me, great DM person.
Right, I got a 2.
Cool.
Why am I not?
Okay.
Why are you so perceptive?
You
I don't
got-
know if I
Because
did
I
my
put points in
right.
perception.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, let's
Good.
have a look at not Garth money,
Oh no, that's
but
right.
We're
I put my
super
points
strong
else.
now.
I put my points elsewhere.
Phoebe. Let me have a look at your character. You don't have a nature or demeanor there.
No,
Phoebe's so sweet.
Don't need
I
one.
love her so much.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Oh.
All right, Phoebe. You need to put like.
Oh, I don't think I used my freebie points. That's what's happening.
Okay, forget about all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Forget about all that bullshit. We're not playing with freebie points.
You're better than those people.
You're better than those people. This is a different world. You are going to put like another 30 dots into your character, okay?
Oh, sweet.
Like,
Go
you know,
insane.
you have to be good at things like melee and firearms and shit like dodging, and you've got 5 brawl. That's hilarious. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Generation is 6, which means your max trait could be 6.
If you want to whack someone with your handbag, it's more likely that you'd be a melee based fighter.
Why is your appearance 5? I'm going to debate that.
Okay,
What?
my
She's
argument is appearance doesn't necessarily mean you have to be sexy or that people. I'm charming. People don't suspect me.
Wouldn't that
My
be charisma though? Isn't that
My
charisma?
appearance is I'm just a little old lady. Don't mind me. I can be more charismatic and less of, okay, what's my appearance then? Oh, great storyteller.
I think your appearance is a little bit better than a Nosferatu.
Well, so
and
I
a little
put
bit less than a Toreador.
I think I just put it high because one of the disciplines rolls that, but we can put it. That's all right. I'll use my role-playing charm.
Right, you do that. You do that. It's beautiful.
Got like another 10. I'm just okay. Does that look better?
5 points. Okay, you've got way too much potence. That's not happening. Boof.
Oh,
What?
Look, I'm a 6th generation Bruja who's very old. I think
it's a cool story. I'll let you have
Very
this
potent.
though.
You're a Bruja?
yes.
That's awesome. I love that.
I'll give you
Wait,
this.
why? Okay. All right. That's fine.
Why so few on the presents? Just didn't feel like it.
I forgot what it does.
Oh, it does. Well, I mean, I would negotiate some presence points and steal away some of those other points on the rest of those disciplines.
I think it's fine. It's fine.
That's fine to do that.
Oh no, I mean how the character sheet is now.
How it is
that's all
now?
good. Yes.
You're good. Okay. I'm not happy with the celerity and the potence being that high, or the dominate being that high. I think that's
You just put the
much.
dominate that high. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. It's not chess, okay? I can take my hand off the piece.
Now I've had to get my
She's a bruiser.
rule book out to figure out what this all does.
I'll let that
It's a
go.
good
there.
idea. So we've got Phoenix and Phoebe. It's gonna be easy for me to remember.
We didn't discuss that. I can be someone else if you want.
No. Why would you change who you are? This is who you are.
Okay, well, okay, so whereabouts are you guys then? You're all on the ship at the moment. You've all arrived.
Excellent.
And okay, so you rolled perception checks on the helicopters. Yeah.
Well, I have to
4?
re-roll now because
How did Phoenix do?
Phoenix is already there, so he doesn't need to re-roll.
Here we go. This is my new roll.
Dang,
Ooh,
that's
damn.
awesome.
5 successes. Okay.
I love it. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to suggest that you both end up in the same helicopter flying to the location. So you're sitting there opposite each other. You don't know each other, but first of all, it occurs to you that you might be people that you've seen on databases regarding the rest of the Camarilla crew and who works for the various Justica's offices and what have you, right? The second thing you notice is that there seems to be some hoo-ha going on over the radio. Something bad's happened somewhere or another, and they debate whether or not they should fly you out here or not. And they decide to go ahead, and they fly you out, and they land on this aircraft carrier. It is the USS Eisenhower. You're in the Mediterranean at present, and the chopper comes to a standstill, and it goes quiet. And Phoenix, if you want to, you can come and meet them at the chopper. Or you could
Yes,
send, unless you want to send Simon.
I'll send Simon. Simon, can you see our guest to the main room, please?
Very good, sir. All right, so this fellow comes up to the side of the chopper and helps you out. Please come this way, he says. Leads you down into the bowels of this huge, hulking, floating city. There's jets taking off and landing on top of it, even as you speak. You hear an alarm go off and then it's shut down promptly. You go inside the aircraft carrier, down the stairs, and you come out into a...
It's like a boardroom.
it's a war room.
Yeah, a war room thing, but it's got a big table and everything like it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go, sir. Your guests. I'd like to distribute these. He hands out the documents that contain the red list. We're still waiting on a few people. If you forgive me, the Justicas have not yet arrived, but I thought perhaps you could familiar yourselves with these if you're not already familiar with them. I'm sure you are.
Yeah, these are the targets.
These have been the targets for the last at least 25 years. They have changed little over that time, and some of them have been on the list a lot longer.
And I am given information that you two are very, very capable. So it's my honor to meet you both.
There is, of course, an off list, which contains everybody that's not on this list. Your average nitpicking, stone-throwing anarch doesn't get to be on the red list.
Mhm.
As you obviously both already know. Now, if you'll pay attention to the screams just above you, Simon.
Click.
obvious-
Okay, and what are we going through?
We're going through each person there.
All the files on the list. Okay.
And I go basically through, this is the information we have on this person and da 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 da. You want me to wind this through fastly, or?
Well, if you want, Simon can do some of the talking
Yeah,
for you.
Simon
That
can
might
do some of the talking.
help speed it through. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can read the list for yourselves, but of course, we'll start at number 1. Germain, 6th generation Bruja, sired by Critias. Critias is a Bruja on the Primogen in Chicago. Germain is an anarch. His crimes are classified, meaning that only the Justicas know about their true nature, that we as Archons are not yet given that clearance. When I say we as Archon, I do not mean myself. Number 2, Lavinia Cleopatra Diomedes. Generation is unknown. Sire is unknown. She has no known allegiances, very active, became very active out of nowhere, and has a thirst for kindred blood. Her name is connected to the name Remus by blood tests produced by the Tremere. Crimes are classified. Her last contact with the Camarilla was 1 week ago in Rome via an agent, a gangrel contact called Andrea Giovanni, not a gangrel. What the fuck am I talking about? Can't have two ways. It has to be one or the other. All right. Do you have any questions so far?
Anybody?
None.
Number 3, Kementiri, number 4th generation Setite. Her sire is known to be called Adwan. She is the Ventru's biggest embarrassment and humiliation. She impersonated a Justica of Clan Ventru for 4 years, infiltrating the Camarilla, exposing the inner circle to the Sabbat. She is last seen fleeing Vienna in 2008.
What is this list that's currently held?
Excuse me?
the list currently held,
Yes.
but they're on the loose. They're not held. Are they held?
Oh, the list, the case is being held.
But they're not, unfortunately, held. That is our job. I see. Carry on.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So we did. Okay. So Tariq, Asimite, Generation 5, unknown sire, armed, dangerous, allied with many affiliates. He is said to have killed and destroyed 5 sheriffs and a prince, many unknown others. His last contact is also classified. He's in the hands of Xavier of Clan Gangrel. In Kidu, number 5, Gangrel, unknown sire, worshippers, has sects and cells of worshippers. Crimes are classified. Contact is classified in the hands of Xavier, although I think that it might be a mistake, and it probably would be the Tremere. Okay, let me just change that.
Yes, this is a lot of people to go after for a one shot.
Out of game. That is extremely meta. And the truth is, your characters have been going after this list for a long time already. This is the meeting about the list, though. That's all.
Oh, so I know all these. I know of all these.
You would
people
know
around.
all this stuff already. Yeah.
Yes.
And what Simon, the NPC right now, is doing is just going through it to make sure that everybody is refreshed on the subject.
Very good.
And if you've got any questions or input at this point, because you're waiting for the Justicas to turn up to kind of lead this meeting.
I will have my my retainer Daisuke hold the bit of paper for me, or if it's in a folder, he'll be holding it for me.
All right.
Because I'm a prude.
Because you're a prude.
Yes.
Very well.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, well, at that point, someone walks into the room and comes over to Simon and says something to him. And he stops and he looks a little bit concerned and he walks over to Archon Phoenix.
We can't hear you.
Turn on the mic.
What's the problem, son?
He says, my lord, there's just been a nuclear missile strike offshore.
A nuclear.
It's not confirmed, but I'm telling you it's happened.
Get confirmation as soon as you can.
Will do.
Get one of the others to do it. I need you with this briefing.
So, all right. And he continues to do his job, sweating slightly, but nonetheless. Can you guys make perception and empathy checks, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Perception, empathy. Just the one.
Just the one.
3 successes.
I was going to say, something's never changed. 3 successes.
Not very empathetic.
Let's see.
Oh.
What did I get?
That -1.
Oh,
Oh, crap. Okay. Yep.
Russell, I took 2 points out of Dominate and put them into Presence, just because there was a Presence skill I did want to use. I just hadn't put it on the sheet. But that only gives me 3 in Presence, so I'm not
Okay.
OP. Cool. That's all right.
You're not OP. You're already OP, dude. You're all fucking ridiculously OP, but that's fine.
Good.
That's fine. You're good. Okay. So despite being ridiculously OP, your perception checks were quite shit. Perception and empathy checks were rubbish. But out of those ones, Bo, you got 3, right?
Yes.
You notice that this guy Simon he is sweating, like he's nervous. Something happened between the time that messenger came in and the time they left. His whole demeanor has changed, and he's shaken.
Oh, I didn't hear about the missile.
You didn't hear that, no.
I see.
Unless you were using Auspex.
Not at that time. I lean over to, is it Tomoe?
Tomorrow.
That ghoul seems a little shaken, a little
I look
nervous.
at him. Interesting. There's not much I can do about that.
Yes.
All right. And a couple of seconds later, Simon says he's received a call, and he turns around and he says, I'm afraid Archon Gustavius is not going to make it. He has been diverted to Vienna.
Why?
I don't know. They didn't say.
Looking around the people in the room, I will whisper into the ear of Daisuke in Japanese to be like, do any of these look like they're being honest with what's happening here? She's saying this in Japanese, so if you can understand Japanese.
Right. Well, I don't know about this NPC. What's
Yep,
their name?
he is a retainer.
He is a retainer, yeah.
His name is Daisuke, and he is also my trusted right hand or left hand, one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I'm not good at empathy, I rely on others to do that for me.
All right. Well, he says there is a lot of distrust in this room, and he says he cannot tell what their emotional state is.
Okay, please tell me if anything changes.
Nods. In any case, Simon says, well, I suppose we just continue without him. When will your fellow Justicas be arriving?
What was that just go again? Carmelian?
Camilla.
Camilla.
Camina.
Carmina, right. And will I know when she is?
Well, you
due?
would have expected her to be here already, to be honest.
Hmm.
Same for you too, Phoebe.
I was just there. I was wondering what year it is.
2010.
I see. Very good. I don't keep track.
Same here.
All right. Barry, are you talking?
Everybody should be aware that there's been a nuclear explosion. I will have more data on it in a minute, and then I will let you know what the heck's going on. I'm as much in the dark as the two of you are, obviously.
I look at Phoebe.
Pardon?
I look at Phoebe, not Phoenix.
I'm being looked at.
Yes.
Yes. Where is this explosion?
Where's the explosion?
Mm-hmm. Simon?
Well, oddly, we're getting confused reports about that. I'm having a bunch of network blackouts. There's a lot of loss of signal and network signal from our satellite right now, and I'm trying to find some stable source of information. I'll get back to you with that.
Is the carrier still moving?
It wasn't moving to begin with.
Can it move?
Oh, it can, but it's currently not.
Okay. What section of the world?
You're in the Mediterranean. What section of the world did the attack occur?
Yeah.
You believe Europe.
Europe. Okay.
I will say to Daisuke in Japanese again. Make sure that we have prepared. I guess make sure we've made preparations for what might end up happening. We might get boarded. We might need people from my business to to act over in Japan or whatever. Pretty much, I just need to make sure people are being prepared, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
For what exactly, Mistress?
Well, there was a nuclear attack.
I see.
That's what he said.
So you're afraid there might be further nuclear attacks in the world?
I think so,
I see.
but I can't be certain.
He gets on the phone then and starts making calls.
And while everyone is sort of suspended, I'm going to bring out my phone and just check to see how my stocks are doing, how my company's doing. If people are still buying copious amounts of like little gamer merch to do with my video games.
Right.
Just need to make sure I'm still making money.
Right. Well, right,
Yeah.
right at this moment, stocks are stagnating. They're not going up. They're not going down, but they're not going up. The stock market seems to have frozen somewhat. And then somebody calls out, it's Munich, they hit Munich.
Okay, I'm slightly relieved. But I don't show that on my face.
Numbers start coming through, the number of hundreds of thousands of people that have just been evaporated. And then they start bringing through little news clips of people in Munich running and the bomb going off. You think it's a bomb? It's hard to say. It must be a bomb. There's a mushroom cloud.
Has this got anything to do with us? Is this a kindred target, or is it just the humans playing with their toys?
Well, one thing that I believe, says Simon, is that there's very few examples of the kindred not being involved with the humans playing with their toys.
Yes. Who did we know in Munich?
Well, out of game, do any of your characters have any background in Munich or know anybody in Munich?
I do not.
No? Okay, no German contacts.
What about you,
Okay,
Phoenix?
Well, I've probably been all around Europe over the last few centuries, so surely
You probably got friends in Munich.
I have friends in Munich.
Yeah, you probably know an Archon in Munich.
What time is it in Munich? Can we call them?
Sure. You can try. The time there is, I don't know, I'm just going to say it's a couple of hours behind where you are now, which is fine. So you make a call to Munich. What's the name of your Munich contact? Give me a German name.
German name, Gustav.
There's already a Gustav in this game. We need
Did I just say that? I think I come up with these things and then it's like, no, it's just in your short-term memory.
Yeah.
What about like Mikhail or Mikhail or yeah?
Michaelis Cage.
Oh,
Is there
horrible.
Yeah, is there a Nicholas?
Yep. Okay. Nicholas.
I guess there's a
Niklaus.
Nikolai. I don't know. Klaus.
Nikolai.
Klaus.
Klaus. What about Klaus Nikolai?
My retainer,
Right.
Carlisle. Can you just call Klaus and see how he is, how
Yes.
he's doing?
So tell me about your retainer.
He's just a very plain looking man in his mid-50s.
Mid-50s.
Got a suit on, not particularly expensive, but not gaudy either.
Takes out his cell phone brick.
Tweed suit, yes, old cell phone.
He calls out, "Hey, anybody around here, you know how to get a signal out of this place? There's no signal here. There's no signal." Finally, one of the radio operators in the war room comes over to him and helps him and connect to the settings so he can get a signal out. Munich, you're saying you want to talk to Klaus, right?
Yes. See if they're just get him on the phone.
Let's see if I can. There's no answer here. Not getting any answers. It starts to become apparent that more and more of the general networks seem to be down on the mainland.
Oh.
Apparently, according to the latest news flash, there's some sort of asteroid very close to the Earth breaking up. Pieces of it are hitting the Earth. Maybe that's where this explosion came from. These are the sorts of things that are being asked on the news media.
So
And
like
social
it'll be on
media
our
is-
cell phones and stuff.
Well, you don't have smartphones, so a little bit, but not much.
I had to have a look up for like when smartphones were around. I'm pretty sure they were around in 2010.
2010? True. Okay. Fair enough. 2010. Yeah, you'd have a cell phone, a smartphone by then. Okay.
Just check. Yeah, it
The
would
Samsung one
have
was
been
out,
around
right?
about that
The-
time.
Yep.
It was
the
probably
Galaxy
iPhone,
one?
wasn't it?
I didn't have one in 2010, but it doesn't mean it didn't exist.
Yeah.
I think a Venture in 2010.
Probably-
The
Oh,
first
definitely.
iPhone came out in 2007.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
so
I would
there you
have the most update, and my settings will be in Japanese.
go. Okay. That's
Yeah.
nice to know. All right. Very good. So
If someone else tries to read it, it's going to be interesting.
your tech people will have set your phone so that they are getting network coverage from the onboard network of the aircraft carrier, the actual Wi-Fi network here.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're getting high-speed network, except for the fact that the network isn't actually working. At least parts of it in Europe seem to be down. The system seems to be degenerating. Yeah, perception checks, please.
Simon,
Or
lock down our people in England. Tell them to be ready for anything.
what's with the stepping up thing, Phoebe? Always doing one better than me. How dareth.
Oh, hi. Russell made me add points. So
What?
So it's fine. It's fine.
What? Wow, it's true.
well, it sounds like they're all gonna die by meteor anyway, so
Simon,
I wouldn't be too jealous. I got a 5.
5. Okay, well, you notice the boat rising.
Oh, we're on a water boat. I thought we were on an aircraft. Very good.
Now you're on an aircraft carrier. So
In the
so
ocean. I'm
the-
very perceptive.
right.
We're rising.
You're on an enormous aircraft carrier, like the size of a fucking city, and it's lifting up in the water.
I go to the window to look. I'll make sure we're not in a tsunami.
Well, the war room doesn't have a window. It's a bulletproof, bomb-proof shelter space. But you can go through the door to the nearest corridor to the nearest window to look if you want.
Yes, I would like to do that. I get up, I walk with my cane
Using-
steadily over.
I'll get one of my
Celerity.
people to go and have a look too.
All right.
Don't do
They're-
shit.
One of your people comes back and you get there with your cane actually first, and you can see in the distance. Do you have any kind of night vision?
How do I know
All
that?
specs,
Or
gleam of red
gangrel.
eyes.
No.
Yeah, protein.
I do not.
So no protein, no all specs. Okay, but you rolled a 5 with your 5 successes. You can see the black against the black of a streak of cloud lifting up off into the sky, covering many stars and the white cloud behind it that's moonlit. The streak of black cloud rising up off the ocean.
Is there a large wave coming towards us?
You're on the crest of it.
I hold on.
Begins to rock back down again. All right. You can hear the planes, the aircraft that are on top of this boat shifting in their racks, and their containment units or whatever they are chained up. Over there are like 5 levels of fighter jets and helicopters and radar planes and stuff all chained up inside this floating box. They're sliding around. Okay.
What is happening, Phoenix-san?
I'm busy getting reports from all over the ship, Russell, about this, that, and the other thing.
Yep. The ship seems reasonably safe at this point, but the security advisors here are saying that they really want to get you guys off the ship now.
Okay, that'll be the next move.
I'll stand up.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to other places. Follow me. Simon,
Yes, sir.
when you get on the helicopter with us,
Yeah.
old buddy, can you make sure that our people are locked down in London and wherever else our people happen to be spread?
Of course I will, sir. Is there anything that you need before we get on the chopper? What are we taking with us, and where are we going?
London.
All right.
London. That should be where the action will be eventually. Okay. All right. So make sure our people receive us in London.
Very good, sir.
We're heading for there. Okay.
All right. And as you're moving, you hear a bunch of shouting coming from down in the crew again. And does anyone have heightened senses?
Hi.
I do, I think.
Phoenix, you've got heightened senses.
Yeah.
You can hear people downstairs talking about that they're in shock. Apparently, Paris has been hit.
Oh God, Paris has been hit. He says that out loud. Let's get moving.
All right. So you get to the helicopter and you ushered on board the chopper. What have you got with you right now?
I have my retainer, Carlisle, and my handbag.
In your handbag, or
No, and
your hand-
also my handbag.
okay? What does your
And
handbag have in it?
A
A Glock with
a Glock. What else? do
Pictures
we
of your
have?
grandkids.
No, that's in my locket around
Aw.
my neck.
Cute. Super cute.
Wads of cash in different currencies.
Nice.
A little vial of arsenic. What else would I have? A knuckle duster.
Knuckle duster. Okay.
I love this woman so much. She's
A
super
news
cute.
article from 1923.
And one of those umbrellas that folds up very tiny and pops out.
Right. Right. They're useful.
I also have my own cell phone.
Okay.
What else
Yeah.
would I have? Oh, a few different passports.
Yep. Makes sense. Okay.
Uh,
Cool. Charlie, what do you got? What do you got?
I've got people. And so obviously there's Daisuke. I have a bowman, so a man that just wanders around carrying my bow
Okay.
and my quiver.
Okay. He carries your bow and
Also
your
a
quiver.
samurai sword.
Okay.
I also have another person who will have my clothes. You know,
Boxes.
yeah, boxes, I suppose. What else will I have? I definitely need food, so probably there probably is like a box just full of like vials from my favorite herd, from the people from my herd. Seeing as it's a one shot, I can tell you it's my weakness is I can only drink from Japanese people, because the reason why I chose Japanese people is because with video gaming companies, they tend to love their own country, like when it comes to Japan, and so everyone else outside the world gets screwed over, which is how I see my character.
All right. Okay. So kind of quite nationalistic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So sort of brainwashed with all the nationalistic stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
can Carlisle have a briefcase with a sniper folded up in it?
Shh. A sniper rifle? Yes. A
Yes.
sniper? No.
It's a sniper rifle.
A miniature person. So
And he just pops out when we.
Right. Like
Cheeky
is
little
the,
snipe.
actually he's the man in the TV. This is his other job.
Yes.
Basic.
I will also have like people that have a lot of technology on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barry?
I'll have to think of it when they come.
Okay, I've got most of the places where I work have got a base somewhere.
Right.
So those places have stuff in them for
Right.
what I need at the time
Right.
already. And we do carry around, of course, weapons and stuff.
Right.
In the helicopter, there'll be weapons and stuff just in case something goes wrong and all the necessary stuff,
Okay. Well, as the chopper flies north across the Mediterranean, and you can see Sicily actually to your left, and then to your right you can see the bottom of Italy, and you can make another perception check.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Three.
3, 4.
I got a 4.
The fuck?
I got a 4.
I just have to stand you up.
I think so. It's fine.
Perception and alertness. Barry.
Oh, so we didn't get a hold of Klaus. There was no communication.
No communication with Klaus. Klaus was not answering the phone. What did that roll? Didn't roll for me. Why? Why did you not roll for me?
You got a
Yes.
2.
I got a 2, did I?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I did too. There you go. I can compute. Okay, so Barry, 2 successes. Okay, so 3, 4, 2. Well, what you notice is somebody else noticing something else, which is over in the distance, in the sky, what look like 3 or 4 streaks of white light just shooting across the sky. Together in a cluster.
Do they look like planes or
A
asteroids?
little bit like planes. Can you
bit like
make a
planes.
perception and security roll for me, please? Granny?
I got a 0.
Granny Weatherwax, 0.
Not very secure.
Not very securely. Okay. Anybody
Yeah.
else want to try that?
I will try. Although I have people to try for me.
That's
But
true. That's true.
I will try, but there are others to try for me. I don't know security. I just know.
Well, in this
Other
case, it's
stuff.
more military, to be honest, than security, but security is what I have to deal with.
Phoenix, dear, are we going to be safe in the air?
Are they ours, Russell?
Are they yours? You've no idea whose they are.
Okay. As of yet, I cannot guarantee anything, unfortunately, my lady. I cannot guarantee anything, but we are trying to be as secure as we can be.
So I rolled 3 successes for Phoenix. You can tell that they look like intercontinental ballistic missiles.
At the moment, we have intercontinental ballistic missiles heading our way.
They've flown past you. You can't keep up with them. They've gone past you. They've cut across your bow and seem to be heading northwest.
Northwest, I would judge. I'm
Right.
basically saying to the pilot up the top.
She lowers the chopper down over the coast by the beach and says, "What do you want to do? Do you want to keep going? Is there any point? If those are missiles, that we don't want to go near that."
Keep going. Keep going.
You want to keep going?
But go low. Go low.
All right. Starts moving again. The chopper starts flying again. Starts swinging, and you're down very low now, about 100 feet off the ground. The pilot's having to very carefully fly. It feels fast, but you're not actually going as fast as you were going. And a couple of times you feel like you might have clipped something.
Carlisle, dear, can you fetch me a parachute?
A parachute. Kyla starts looking around for a parachute and rolls a 10 and finds one.
Are you going to?
He leans over to you and he
Hogwarts? Yeah.
says, "I think this might be the only one on the helicopter."
Yes, well, come on, help me in.
All right, he puts you into it.
Clip myself up.
Very good. Okay, chopper keeps going, and about another 2 hours of flight go past. Do you say anything to each other? Do you tell your life stories to one another or anything? In the meantime.
I'm gonna play one of my mobile games.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously my company.
Right. Yeah.
Also, I was the one that invented the loot box, so you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Can blame you for the loot box.
Yeah. I will introduce Phoebe to it.
Okay.
And try and get her to sign up so I can take some of her money.
You're having real trouble logging into the game. There doesn't seem to be online.
Daisuke,
Leans over.
why do I have no internet?
And at that moment when you say that, there is this huge flash of white light that comes up over the horizon that fills the whole sky. It lasts for several seconds, and you feel yourself take a level of aggravated damage.
Never taken damage before. Where does it go?
Is the helicopter still in the sky,
So
Russell?
health is on the side.
It's
I
a
tend to
Chinook,
put
sorry.
X's.
I see it.
I tend to put X's for aggravated, but you can decide what you want to do as long as you remember.
Yeah, use one for aggravated, use another one for non-aggravated
There we-
damage.
yes. Okay, very good.
Yep. So yeah, at that point,
Is it a Chinook or a Sea King?
I'm not sure. It's not like a double. It doesn't have two choppers, two
Blades, so that'd
yeah.
be a Sea King.
Maybe.
They use Sea Kings on carriers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it could be.
Hopefully it is, because they can land on water.
Right. Well, in any case, the pilot rolls a 10 and a 9 and does not crash.
Cool.
And the chopper sort of wobbles around quite a lot, and you almost hit the water, but he manages to pull it back up again, and now you're getting back up over the land again. But the flash just about left you blinded, and the pilot's just talking about, "I really want to go down somewhere. I'm really looking for somewhere now where we can land. I don't think I can fly all the way like this. I think maybe some of the electronics have been damaged too. I can feel everything's lagging."
How far are we from the destination?
Well, you wanted to go to London, right?
Yeah.
So fucking miles, like many miles.
Okay. All right. Now I was gonna go to the airport. Where's that?
You're in Italy right now.
Yeah. The airport that's in London. Where's that one? Is it in London itself?
Well, it'd be in England for a start. You're not even in England.
Yeah.
So you're in
Okay.
Italy.
Okay. All right. Put us down someplace and let's have a look at the state of the copter.
All right. Well, he starts looking around. What do you think? The beach, or do you think there's a looks like a carport over there?
Let's go for the carport.
All right. So he puts you down just off the road
Yep.
near a building, and the blades slowly stop.
I'm an old chap. Better take out the weapons while they check the copter and see if we can make it any further.
All right. So after some examination, it looks like you've got about half a tank of fuel. And let's see how good shape the chopper is in. Chopper looks to be in pretty good shape, actually. Having tightened a few things up and checked over a few bits and pieces.
What do you
Can't
think
hear.
now? You're the pilot.
Well, look, did you see that big white flash?
Couldn't miss it.
What do you think it was?
Must have been something nuclear.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not going into that.
Okay.
If you can
Where's-
fly, you can take the chopper. I'm staying here though.
Where's our next border call base that's closest, Russell?
The next closest friendly base to where you are right now,
Yep.
besides the boat that you just left,
Yes.
the thing.
Yeah.
Milan,
Milan.
Rome.
You think the chopper can make it to Rome?
We have half a tank of gas. We could make it to Milan. More to Rome, sorry.
Let's give it a go.
All right. What are the other two doing? What are you thinking doing?
I'm overhearing as much as I can.
Okay.
I don't have any ability to do that other than using my actual ears. So,
Right.
Yes,
Fair
well, I'm
enough.
wondering if the flash was the humans shooting nuclear missiles at the asteroid. If there was an asteroid, I'm not sure. Where can we get this information? Someone in the government.
have we
Carlisle,
actually lost like internet? Have we actually? Is it out for the
Yeah.
count?
Yeah, it's out. It's out for now anyway.
I'm going to keep, well, at least get one of my people to keep track of that.
One of your people connects their phone to your phone using a wire, so that they can type messages directly to you without having to talk.
Okay.
And they say that some of our secret hackers, if you like, have discovered that there is a back channel that they can use through the internet, but the main internet log is down.
Okay. I'll take the message back. We need information about what's happening.
Good.
Can you get that through those channels?
Yes, we will try our best.
And I'll
All right. Very good.
Hmm.
Okay. Apparently, you're getting messages that there's riots happening all over the place.
so how are we
uh,
getting these messages if the internet is down? Is this on the helicopter radio?
Some of it is through the helicopter radio, perhaps, but I'm thinking more along the lines of Charlie's character's ghouls have some very high-tech satellite phone equipment with
Ah,
them.
Yes.
and what are the messages we're getting?
Just more anarchy generally breaking out around the world now.
Riots everywhere.
Yes, I'm
That's
more
all I'm
concerned about this
getting so
meteor.
far.
If there is a meteor, is there a meteor? Are we sure about this?
I will try and get someone to find out for us. That's what I do.
All right, so you're digging around looking for that information while they're checking the helicopter. Okay, can you guys make perception and investigation checks each? Phoenix can do the same.
Have we landed by a building?
Yes.
5. That's the best perception investigation I've ever made in my life.
Really?
I got a
I suck
zero.
at it. There you go. I'm better. Just
Better
perfect. Yeah.
at investigating.
Good.
Right, so, wow, Mad Girl Charlie, 5 successes for investigation. Bodhi, no successes, and
None.
Barry, 2 successes. Okay, so between you, you realize that there have been multiple nuclear attacks. There has been something to do with a meteorite. No one knows what the fuck, why or how the meteorite got involved in all of this. But something fell out of the sky. Some people are saying that it might have been a satellite that was there all along. It might have been part of Ronald Reagan's Star Wars project from the 80s. They don't know what it is, but apparently it fell into the water in the Mediterranean. And at that point, you're realizing, based on when it fell and where it fell, that might have explained when the aircraft carrier rose up out of the water for that moment. And that pillar of smoke that you saw coming from the water.
We might need to go back and find out what that was.
I would like to, yes. Yes. Phoenix.
My lady.
Can
How
you
can I help?
can you take us back to where we were earlier? The object that fell into the ocean.
Can we get back on half a tank? A half a tank?
We
Yes.
can get back. We can get back, but we're going to have to circle around there, and we're going to have to land there soon enough. Probably back at the carrier. Is that what you're looking to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Oh,
you.
that was a nice helicopter ride.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
All right. So the chopper turns around, and you guys fly back out towards the carrier. A couple of hours pass,
Make sure the carrier's out there before we take off.
and as you go out across the water, you get 0 reception now.
Like, I don't look like I'm fuming, but I'm quite pissed
Quite
off by that.
fuming.
Yeah, because I was in the middle of my game.
Right. Ooh.
Phoenix,
Just freezes.
Phoenix, darling. How do you have any radars that we can use to pinpoint its location?
That's what we're doing now, my lady. But it's a great idea. Excellent.
All right.
What's on the radar?
Okay, well, they have triangulated the location of the body that struck the water. They believe that something like 80% of it would have been destroyed before it hit the ground, before it hit the water.
Okay.
A great deal of heat was generated on the surface of the water, according to the infrared signature.
Okay.
And there's mostly, it looks like it was rock based on the debris that was left behind and the way, the color signature of the light that they detected when it struck.
I make sure the other Archons get all this information and data.
Okay, cool.
Well, there you are.
Would it be prudent to investigate in person, or do we trust this report that it's just a rock?
If, and I say if the carrier is out there, we'll land on it and go to that destination. Because there's nothing much we can do for the rest of the world at the moment. So we'll investigate it.
Right. Well, you get to the point where the GPS coordinates of the strike, and the water there is still steaming, and there are little pieces of what look like molten rock just floating around. They're slowly sinking into the water.
I was going to just jump in, but how do kindred do with boiling water?
Badly.
Yes, I suspected as much.
Uri, does your aircraft carrier have something like a submersible?
Not normally, but do we?
Is there a submersible on the boat? Yes, there is often. Is it on the boat right now? Yes, it is.
we have a submersible on the boat.
Well, perhaps use it.
It's for exploration and salvage,
Funnily enough.
right?
Yes.
It's a little 3-person salvage.
How can I put my retainers in there?
Oh, how can
If we're going in there.
Guess what? You're not. All right. Let's
Get people to do the job for us.
let's land on it and get the submersible.
All right. So you land on the carrier, and Simon tells you, Gustav still hasn't gotten back to you yet. What the hell? You still haven't heard from your Justicas.
None of them.
None of them.
What regions were they in when we lost contact with them?
They were supposed to be on their way here.
Okay. Oh.
Well
Okay.
then, quickly before the other governments come, it fell in 3 or 4 hours ago. So I look out in the general direction. Are there any other aircraft around?
Oddly enough, no. You don't see any other aircraft.
Hmm.
For some reason, nobody wants to come near an aircraft carrier.
Are there okay, so we still don't have internet at this point.
Nope.
God damn it.
On the ship, you will.
Oh, okay. So when we get
But
to the
it's
ship, if
yeah.
we're on the ship.
You discover that a lot of websites are down. Most of them, in fact, are down.
Yeah.
Only some very specific ones still work. In fact, only your intranet for your company gives you anything useful.
Well, I would like to get some of my people, if not the ones on board, perhaps the ones from my company, to try and find their cell phones, the cell phones of the Justicas.
Right. So they're
Find my
trying to trace the actual phone
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes.
so like trying to triangulate that stuff. Okay.
that's my Hexy team.
Okay. Right.
Yep. I mean, we are in the yeah, we make apps and stuff. I'm sure we'd be able to hack into that. Maybe they have one of my apps. So
Right. Apparently, the cell phone was last tracked heading into heading into the Middle East.
Middle East.
Yes.
I will give this information to Phoenix.
Last
Okay.
seen heading into Syria.
All right. I'll just which Jessica is this that just went to
That's
Syria?
you, Jessica Carmina.
Okay. Jessica Kamina I just was heading towards Syria.
After we've investigated this, maybe we should go and see if she's in one piece.
Any way that we could try and contact them? If we've got this information, any way we could try and send a sneaky text.
What you discover is that once the phone is in Syria, it stops transponding.
Okay. And we can't find any of the other Justicars?
Let's see. Nothing for Clan Bruiser.
All right.
As for Phoenix's Justica, Gustav, also seen heading to Syria.
We have information. Gustav is also going to Syria, or went to Syria, and then we lost contact.
All right. Thank you very much.
Were they not on their way here? Were they flying over, or did they stop there?
Yeah, was it just that they were passing over it to get to us, or were they heading towards it?
Okay, so the team start looking at the data, trying to figure that out. And it looks like they flew past this location from the north, from Europe. They flew through the Mediterranean, past the aircraft carrier, and onwards. And about when they got to Syria is where the signal stopped.
Simon?
They weren't slowing
sounds
down
good.
when the signal stopped.
Simon?
Yes, sir.
Give the Archons any access they need to anything we have that might help them find out more information.
Of course, sir. Shall do.
Well, are we going down to explore this? Right of first exploration.
Let's hope it's a four-seater, because I've never driven a submarine. And that's what he says. Let's hope it's a four-seater, because
The helicopters of the ocean. You'll be fine.
I'm happy you're so confident.
How hard can it be?
Very hard,
Right,
that's
so
why I
you
paid
guys,
to do it.
it is in fact a three-seater.
There are people
Oddly
that
enough.
should be doing this and not us because we are so precious.
All right, I will drive.
Oh, you're going to go.
Yes.
So
Well,
what?
if you don't want to come,
Hang on,
to
which
Moy,
one of you feels? No, it's more. It's
Simon says to you, well, we do have divers and so on the boat, on the carrier. We do have specialists, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
I know. We have. Yeah.
How
I don't
hot is
believe
the
any
ocean?
of
Yeah.
it's not hot. It's not hot now. It's getting colder now.
It's got cameras on it, right?
Yeah, it's got cameras and
So
lights.
we can see from up here anything they can see down there.
Correct.
All right. We'll send the divers down. I don't like them.
Within limitations.
Yes, yes. It will have limitations, but that's what we'll do.
The cameras are clunky, it's slow.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
It's got a big fucking light on top of it, which will scare away any fish.
I would
Yeah.
like to ride in the submarine, please. Thank you, Phoenix.
There's only 3 seats.
All right, so that's a driver, that's Phoebe, and one other. Another diver, or
All right, all right. Seeing you have this need to go underwater. All right, we'll have 2 divers and one
vampire,
guest.
one Archon guest. All right. Okay, so you get into the submarine.
Don't let anything happen to you. I'll get in serious trouble.
They start widening it down into the water, to the deep black abyss. And above you, the moonlight starts to dim. And you get further and further down, and they switch on these huge floodlights, boom, that fill up the bottom of the ocean. It's not the ocean, it's the Mediterranean, so it's not actually that bad. And you start looking around, and you see there's this trench of shit that seems to have been shifted across the floor. All this dirt and crap has been thrown up off the base of the Mediterranean, like the scar along the bottom of the shelf. It's been just turned over and flipped. And can you make a perception check?
Baby.
That's 4 successes.
4 successes. You think you can see a pillar, like a man-made pillar laying there at the bottom of the water there. And there's like the base of a building, some mosaics and shit.
There, see that? Go closer.
Yes. Look at this. This is amazing. What the fuck is all of this?
So the pillar is standing upright.
It's broken. It's laying on its side. There's pieces of it. There's pieces of other shit floating around. The more you look around, the more you start to think, fuck, this is like some submerged piece of some city or something, maybe.
Yes, boys. Well, it looks like we found Atlantis. Very good.
Not probably what we're looking for. What are we actually looking for here?
A meteor, ostensibly.
Do you think it might have broken up?
Yes, quite possibly. I think the report said 80% of it was lost upon entry or some such, but 20% of a meteor is still a very big rock.
Right.
Is there anything here? Is there the end of the scar? Does it look like a kind of landing?
Right. Can you make another
strip?
perception check for me? Investigation, in fact.
Oh.
Meanwhile, upstairs, can you guys make perception checks, please?
Yes, we can. 6.
Wow.
Oh, yes, 6 successes on my investigating.
Holy crap.
It's really good. Yeah. Go us, man.
This is very different from playing a ghoul.
Right. It fucking better be, right? Okay. So Mad Girl gets 6, Bodhi gets 6, and Phoenix gets 3. Okay, so Bodhi and Phoenix, you both notice that the water level starts to change and the boat starts to act a bit differently again. It's doing the strange thing. Bodhi, am I saying your name right, first of all? Bode or Bodhi?
Bodhi's correct, yes.
Bodhi's correct, sorry. Okay, so Bodhi, when you're looking down through the murk, you see this thing that looks like this long rock just laying there. That's at the end of the scratching path that's been dug out, and it looks like this must be the culprit. But you see that it's literally kind of tumbling in the water, and it seems to have split in two. And there's this black shell, like you can see inside it. It's hollow. There's shadow, darkness inside it. Like the inside of this rock was empty, was somehow hollow, and it's been smashed open.
And so the shell is shadow. We can't see into it.
Yeah,
Turn the high beams on. The
Boom,
bright
boom,
bright
boom, boom.
lights.
Okay, and you come right down close up to it. Okay, and with your 6 successes, literally there is a cavity inside of this rock, this long stone, and the cavity is now empty. There's a few fish having a look, but there's nothing. There's nothing inside it.
It's just oval shaped.
Kind of oval shaped, yeah.
Can you get a sample from? Can we bring some of that rock back to the ship to gather some bits and pieces?
Yep. Yep.
I love how you just like glossed over the fact you found Atlantis. Like,
Yeah. The rock
Little
is,
stone.
but there's a rock. There's this little rock. That's what's important. The funny thing about this stone, as you look at it, is that first of all, the outside of it is littered with little pock marks, tiny little dots and pock marks, like where little small fragments and particles must have struck it over a very long period of time. And then you get the impression that it's kind of has a shoulder on it, almost making it the shape of a sarcophagus.
Oh.
For reference, I'm going to show you the picture that inspired this conversation, just for fun. It looks like this.
That is an asteroid.
Right. But it's on the bottom of the water.
Oh. And it's split open.
It's split open. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a cavity inside it.
And it's empty.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I'd like to get some samples of the rock and anything else around here that looks suspicious, and as many photos as you can fit on your
little hard drives.
on your little floppy disk. I don't understand these things.
All right. So they do that. They take a bunch of photos, video footage, and all that stuff. Some sound recordings, even radar, all the instruments that they have. They probably even have an X-ray. This is the Navy, after all.
It's as much data as we can gather.
All right. So as you're looking at this, you glide over past it, and in the distance, you think you can see something very, very odd. There seems to be
odder than Atlantis and an asteroid.
Even more fucking odd than that.
Go towards that fucking odd thing.
Right. You start moving in the direction of what, to all intents and purposes, looks like somebody walking along the base of the floor of the water of the Mediterranean, like a person walking along the shelf.
Yes, just full high beams approach them.
All right. Well, it appears to be a large individual, quite muscular, you would say, naked, probably male, very large. And then that individual turns around slowly to face you, and their eyes are just gleaming red light as they turn around, and their hair is like just wildly out behind them, this huge length of black hair floating behind this muscular individual. The red light from their eyes locks onto you, and then there's this huge pulse out from you, which is what sends the boat up for you guys earlier. And it sends your little submarine 500 meters back through the water, rushing backwards. And for a moment, the Mediterranean is parted like the Red Sea.
How are my humans after that?
Well, they may or may not be unconscious. They are plugged in. They're all right. This thing floats, so it stays up at the speed of everything. You just get pushed back like a bubble. You don't hit anything, fortunately. Come quite close to the carrier, though.
Phoenix, Tomoy, can you see? Can they hear us?
Can they hear you?
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Did you see that?
We saw it, didn't we, Russ?
Did you see it? Let's see. You saw right up until the point where the pulse happened.
Okay.
At that point, you would have heard the radar operator saying that the submarine is being pushed rapidly through the water at 500 meters an hour, or no, some ridiculous speed for a submarine. Anyway, not
Are you in the
saying.
human safe?
Yes.
right.
Should we?
Is the submersible is it tied to the is there
To the
like
boat?
pipes to the boat? Yeah.
There is a cable. There is
See-
in fact, a series of cables.
See if you can gain communication with whatever that was. See if it understands any kind of language.
Did you mention that it was a person?
Well, you saw her on the video.
That's why I said it, because I'm not sure. But see if it can communicate.
Well, last time he was anywhere near it, it sent him flying.
I don't.
Sound?
I.
I'm going to go powder my nose. How about you guys think about it? You
Maybe
can
we
pull
should.
the boat out and have a talk if you want.
Okay. Maybe we should just get them to follow. Although they probably
Yes.
can't follow for too long.
Yes,
You
I would
are
like to follow,
attached.
but I didn't realize there was a cable. I wasn't paying attention.
Bring the
Can't hear you.
sub up and follow it as far as we can follow it.
Can we follow it with the radar? We'll have to put a lot of bricks in my handbag and just walk alongside it.
If it doesn't destroy you, I don't want it to destroy you. You're too valuable.
Well, you need your cane.
Yes.
As I mean, for that matter, I could go down there and walk with it, but
I
let's wait.
think we should
Let's
check
wait
it.
until it gets a bit shallow before we start.
We just don't want to lose track of it.
No, we definitely don't. So,
We have a direction, but they could turn off.
yeah, we'll follow it as far as we can, and then we'll follow it. If it goes to land, we'll follow it by helicopter, because by then the helicopter should have refueled.
Yeah, so we're going to follow it in a boat. No, the aircraft carrier would be too large to follow such
Yeah.
a small target.
Well, they've got small boats aboard ship as well, so yeah, we'll use one of those.
Cool. Yes.
What does
Alright.
Phoenix look like? What did both of you look like?
Hmm.
We haven't really had a this is what our characters look like moment. So
I've got he's pretty well built. He's average looks. He's got blue eyes, long black hair, dressed in a kind of matrix thing, but it's more like armor, like body armor. And he's got weaponry, and you can see he's got an old sword at his back. In fact, you'd know it's a Japanese sword. It's a samurai sword. And yeah, that's him. He's pretty tall.
and Phoebe-chan?
I look like your generic Slavic grandmother.
Aw. I thought that's what you were going for. The little kid thing.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you a gypsy?
No, I just wanted to wear. Well, I actually Googled what the Queen wears, and she wears a lot of headscarves.
That's
so
true. She does.
She does.
Yeah.
So I thought, yes, headscarves are in now. So I'm gonna go with that. The other reason is it's cheaper than a wig.
Yeah. um. Well, Tomoe, I wrote it down. Well, actually, when I wrote it down, she's a lot different than how I imagine her. But yeah, obviously she's Japanese. She's absolutely beautiful. Long black hair, but it's all like tied up at the moment. She's got really long chopsticks in her hair, really long. Her makeup is quite. It's like a geisha, but it's not a geisha because she's not a slut. Yeah. She's wearing a black kimono with white and burgundy detailing. But it's a little bit more futuristic than a traditional one. And so they'll have like rivets or I'll have some like futuristic-y rubber type details. She's also got some of those. It's called kanzashi, which is like flowers, like ornate stuff in her hair. What else? Oh, and I imagined her having like this print, which had like some of the characters of her video game, because she's made a video game that's quite like Pokemon slash. You can get you can buy these loot boxes in order to get like skins for your Pokemon and like different outfits. And also it's very much pay to win. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, venture.
Yeah, she's not a good human. She's taking money from people.
She's neither good nor human.
That's true. That's true.
Yes. Yes, I was on the fence about being a Bruja or a Tremere, and I thought Bruja, a grandmother, was a very fun. I hope I do get to hit someone with my walking stick or my handbag. But I think being a Tremere in this particular environment and scenario may have been more convenient, useful.
I think you'd be fine. You could always use your handbag as a ranged weapon if you throw it hard enough. If you put put the bricks in, right? Then you spin around and fling it like a discus.
Oh, Phoenix, do you have a harpoon? Maybe I can bring a harpoon with me, just in case.
I'm sorry, milady. I left my harpoon at home.
Oh.
I'll try and get one for you next time. All right?
Do you any underwater weaponry?
Hello.
Does your little boat have underwater guns? Surely of some kind of submarine.
It
defenses.
doesn't have underwater guns, but the planes aboard it have torpedoes and missiles and guns, and the helicopters do too. Funnily enough.
All right. Well, so I'll go in the small boat, and follow this creature.
All right. If we have a we'll follow in a what did I call that helicopter before, Russell?
A something?
Sea King.
Yeah,
We'll follow in a Sea King because they are used with echolocators.
Yeah, that's one of those Pokemans you were talking about, Tomoe.
So
I didn't invent Pokemon. I invented something else.
What we've decided to do, Russell,
is Tomo friends.
One of us is following the object by boat.
Right.
And one of us is, do you want to join me inside a Sea King? One already. Would you like to go on the boat or the Sea King?
You had mentioned that the helicopter didn't have a lot of petrol.
It
can be
will now
refilled now.
because it'll be refueled now.
As long as it is refueled, then yes.
Okay,
go with
all
you.
right. All right, all right. Thank you.
And if you don't mind, I would like to bring all my friends. I mean, all my retainers. They're not my friends.
Okay.
Your
Simon,
trainers all look sad.
They would kill
Simon,
themselves if I asked them to.
Simon, if you don't mind, would you come with me, please? Okay. Have you got any updates, Simon, before we go?
Simon,
Hello?
updates. He says there have been multiple attacks made in Asia, America, even South America has been attacked at this point. So we're beginning to trace some sort of computer virus that has been involved in the uncovering of this. It does not seem to have been a natural attack to begin with.
Okay. All right. You both heard that. So we've got
Simon, have you managed to get a hold of any of our allies?
Any of our allies, out of game in particular, was there any allies you're looking for?
Just any of the
Justicars?
Justicars or princes or
Oddly enough, they seem to be off the grid. You'll have this sudden feeling at this moment, this tug that you feel in your heart somewhere, like you're being called somewhere, like you're being summoned.
Oh no.
oh dear.
Oh no, no.
But which direction? Is it the direction of the creature we're about to follow?
Actually, no. It's in the in the direction of Syria.
Ah,
Now,
Do we have to follow the summit?
you can resist the summon. So you can try to resist it with a willpower check.
oh,
Okay.
what's that?
So how we do the self-control, actually, I think is what this should be.
Self-control.
Self-control difficulty is going to start at 6 today at this hour. It will increase the longer you put it off.
I don't have self.
Um,
I mean, I have self-control, but in the
You don't have a button for it, then you just roll the number of dice using the dice roller.
Can I ask you both a personal question?
You can ask as much questions as you like, but I might not be interested in answering them.
you do not ask a lady her age, Phoenix.
Well, that wasn't a
5
question.
successes.
Do you,
Okay,
do
you
your
can control.
Justicas have summon?
Does this say this is a present skill, right? So, because I got Iron Will, it
Right,
stops like dominating stuff, but
right. It won't stop presence, probably.
probably not.
And your Justica Carmina most certainly has summon as a power. As if she's a Ventru, she's going to have this level of presence.
So does Julius, right? Presence
Right,
is
similarly. So
yes.
all three of your masters, if we shall say that, have this power.
They could be calling us.
You know
It
they've
could be.
used it before on you.
We do not know if that is them, though. It could be
So I'm
someone else.
just rolling my self-control.
What
I
you
w-
are aware of is that usually for someone to work, the person has to know, at least know the person or have seen them or spoken to them. They have to have been in the same room as them at least once.
Pardon. Oh dear. Oh, everything's gone.
Oh, that you failed that. You rolled a 10, you rolled a 1, and the rest aren't going to help you, my
Oh
friend.
no. What
Can
was
I
this
share my
for?
successes?
5 successes. I've already lost track of what I was making you roll for.
That was for
that was to resist the sub. That was my
Self-control.
self-control roll.
Right, self-control. Okay, cool. Okay, so 10, 1, 2. Okay. Bodhi, you're really getting this summon. It's really speaking to you. You can feel yourself being pulled towards. You can only assume it's your sire.
Wait, is Julius my sire?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
sorry, not your sire. Your
My just-
Dominator, your
Yeah, my
your
Justicar.
Yeah.
Yes.
He could be your sire too. That's also possible. It's 50% likely that he's your sire.
Wait, my backstory was my sire was my grandson.
Okay, no, in that case, yeah.
Oh,
To be fair, I read everybody's stuff like once earlier today.
No,
and
I gave
probably
you
never
no
read your-
backstory. I didn't
Yeah.
send you anything. That was
Right.
just in my head. So I cannot. I can't get on this boat right now. I need to go to Syria immediately.
You feeling that you need to be really getting a move on. Like, is there any way you can just get going to Syria, or can you commandeer a helicopter? Or is there some way you can just do that? That's what you're thinking about.
Right, and this person is not. I can't. They're not in the same trajectory. I can't follow this person and also be heading towards Syria.
Not easily. Maybe with a helicopter you could. Maybe with a helicopter you could just arc around them really quickly. Somebody might be able to convince you to just have a quick look by helicopter, but you're not going to fuck around and stay out here on the sea. You need to be in Syria.
Phoenix, Tomoe, regrettably, I am being summoned to Syria, and I must leave immediately. But we cannot lose eyes on that being.
I will.
Simon.
I'll get my retainer too. Daisuke.
Okay.
Simon and Daisuke.
Yeah.
All right.
Simon comes forward. So
Get a tracking group on that object. Will
very
you?
good.
And-
Okay.
And Captain?
Captain says, unfortunately, we're unable to track it directly. We can only track it by the
No, I
It
don't.
shapes
Want,
it.
I don't want you to track it. I want you to take us to Syria.
captain of the boat,
Yes.
of the aircraft carrier.
Yes.
We can't move the aircraft carrier.
Why can't I move an aircraft carrier?
We've been stationed here.
Oh, okay. All right. Can we have a helicopter to take us to Syria?
I
Is there a
can
lo-
give you access to that.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. All right, everybody. Helicopter to Syria. The people that work for my people are trying to keep a track of that object.
They put a airborne radar plane up above it and start flying that around in circles, trying to track it from the sky. They're noticing they can't track it directly, and they can only track it by the waves that it makes as it moves through the water, which is not much. It's like a large fish, like maybe a whale
Yeah.
at the best.
All right. That's the best we can.
They put some
All right.
fishermen out there actually with some fishing radar.
Okay. All right. We will make our way to Syria.
I will say to Phoenix, I do not believe that we should go to Syria, but
Oh no, you're welcome to stay. No, I must go immediately. Come along, Carlisle.
I don't trust this.
As you're dithering, considering what to do, and it's not dithering, that's me being mean. There are a number of reports come through that the fishermen they sent out to track the object, have been their tracking facilities have been turned off. They've been nullified. They've disappeared. They've gone black or dark, whatever you call that.
This is most frustrating. Look, I must urge you to fly me to Syria. But don't put all your eggs in one basket. Get some divers down there. You don't have a submarine. Got this massive aircraft carrier, but
So
no
I've met
submarine.
Phoebe before. Can I summon her?
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up.
Could I be the next person to summon Phoebe?
You want to summon Phoebe?
Yeah.
We better look up summon. The time has come. Summon. That's pretty cool, though.
You'd have to have a lot of power to beat an elder.
I'm
Well,
That would prove it. If
I'm
it's
hoping
an
not
elder,
to-
you won't be able to beat them.
I'm hoping to shift our focus.
Oh my god, I'm searching through the wrong book.
What do you need? The exact time it takes for a subject to fulfill the summons can vary, but we'll use the fastest method of travel. I might even hitchhike.
Go on,
The
hitchhike.
summons must be repeated each day if it takes more for a day to reach the summoner. Person who is summoned knows exactly where to find you. The player must roll charisma plus subterfuge. Normally the difficulty for a summon is 5, but if the subject is a stranger, the difficulty is 7.
Okay.
If the kindred has successfully used the present discipline on the subject in the past, then the difficulty is only 4.
Okay, so I need to make a check.
Continue with if the target previously resisted the presence attempt, it is an 8.
Yes, there was more to that
Just in
sentence.
case, mentioning that because someone might use that again on us.
But if the target previously resisted the vampire's presence attempt, it's an 8. Yes, how many successes did they get, Russell? There's a list here.
Right, I'm looking at it now, actually.
I rolled very poorly. The upsetting roll for me this one.
It is a bit. I'm seeing the frustration too, to be honest.
Well, you're under no pressure to follow me, Tomoe.
No, I want to summon you. So
Listen, okay, so he got. Sorry, your Jessica got 2 successes to summon you.
Target approaches reluctantly.
should I
And is easily thwarted
is
by obstacles.
Easily thwarted by obstacles.
Right.
should I try and summon Phoebe?
Are you asking me?
Yes, because I'd like to do it.
Well, that's up to you. I can't.
Yes.
That's your player agency business. You're going to use summon.
Yes, please.
That's your business.
I like to just make sure that I can before I
Okay.
go ahead doing something.
That's fair. Tentatively steps forward and summons her.
Yes, I will roll.
Very good.
Um,
If you can get
so-
more than that too, I think that will do it. More
Okay.
than 2 successes. And
Okay,
the
so it's-
difficulty is going to be harder because you've never used this power on her before, right?
It
So
says,
it's
well, you're not a stranger.
not a stranger. That's true.
Yeah. I haven't used it before. So it doesn't change
Right,
what
so
it
it stays
is.
at
It just
6.
doesn't make it easier.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Is it going to be 5?
6?
Because normally the difficulty is 5, but if Russell rolled against a 6, then you'll have to roll against the same number, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
that's true. I used a 6. Yeah, I see. Difficulty for a summon roll is 5.
Nope,
It does
didn't
say-
work. Fuck.
Oh, that's
Um,
almost as bad as.
Well,
if I did lower it to 5, it wouldn't make any difference, would it? Because there's no 5s.
no.
It's all at 4s. Fuck. Okay, well the dice have spoken. I'm afraid that's
Look,
really.
I
awful.
must.
It's fine.
I apologize. It's been lovely, Tomoe, and yeah, you're welcome to stay. Let me know who this person is, and if we have discovered Atlantis. But I must go to Syria now. Phoenix, can you be a dear and provide me with an airplane?
I will get you a helicopter on the pad.
All right. So you quickly rush off onto the chopper, and they lift up and fly away.
Oh, yeah.
Carlisle is coming with me, of course.
Carlisle is coming
Sayonara.
with you. All right. Very good.
I
Meantime, what do you guys do? she's
I
flying to
think I'll
Syria.
go with her just in case.
You're going to go with her.
Yeah, because if we're being summoned by our sires, then
Mhm.
if we're not, it'll be the bad guys, and we'll know where they are.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're with Phoebe in the chopper flying to Syria. Meanwhile, back in Kansas, Tamoi,
Yep.
you're on an aircraft carrier. What are you doing?
Yes. Well, I have the internet now, so I'll go back to playing my game. And
Okay.
I'll wait for my other retainers to sort of tell me if any news comes up, like if they tell me about the state of the world or
Give you
this
reports.
person who's walking along the ocean. Yes.
Right, okay. Well, apparently this dude walks along the bottom of the ocean, gets out. We have images of him by telescope. Here are some photographs. He shows you on a digital device. This person comes out of the water naked. People in robes come up to him and hand him clothes, which he puts on the beach. Then they walk off together and get into some sort of 4x4 and drive off.
Okay. Well, I will give that information to Phoenix's people,
Okay.
if they can get in touch with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys have got fairly solid communication between you, actually. You've got
Excellent.
powerful radio telephones, which is alarming because you should even be able to get hold of the Justicares and you can't. They're not answering. So what the fuck?
That is interesting. If we get that information, very
Yeah, you do.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
What's so
Yes.
interesting, sir? Says Simon.
Apparently, our sea walking friend was given. Do you send the pictures to me?
I will have people send them to you if we have that capability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they still following him? Them?
Who's
Where's
still
it?
following who?
Well-
Where did he come up? What
On
part of the world?
Italy.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Italy. Okie dokie. All right. Thank you, Tamoy. We'll tell you what we find when we get to where we're going.
Syria.
Syria.
Right. Tomorrow you're going to stay where you are?
I'm going to get some of my people to do some research into Syria, like try and find a location where people are heading to. I guess they were tracking the Justicars from different angles, right? They probably weren't all approaching at one location, so
Yeah, they'd kind of clumped up into two groups at this point and were about to come on board in one large group.
Are there any other reports of vampires I might know that are being summoned?
Vampires that you might know that have been summoned.
Yes. Is it everyone being summoned, or is it just?
No, it's just
us?
you guys, as far as you
Okay.
know.
My question was, are the crafts that were following this person who emerged from the ocean, have they continued to follow them once they've gotten in the vehicle?
The craft that were following, right, you mean your craft that were following them?
Yes, well, my understanding, there are a couple of fishing boats and then also a plane or some kind of flight craft with a radar. Is
Right.
that one still following this vehicle?
Okay, so that the plane does have a lock on them, and they're traveling across the landscape. They're traveling across Italy. However, there is a report that plane has just been shot down.
Oh dear. Well, Syria's more important.
Right.
I heart Syria. You can put that on like a little cross stitch thing.
Yes, I start
Put
cross
that-
stitching.
Or home is where Syria is. Yeah. I think I will have someone prepare another means of getting there.
Prepare another means of getting there.
Yeah, another helicopter.
Another
or
helicopter.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So, Phoenix, you're not on the ship anymore, are you? You're on the other helicopter. Can't hear you. You have to.
Oh, buddy.
I have told them that these Archons should have the, access to
Right.
what they need.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, they've had a number of calls for assistance from other ships and locations, and many of their other helicopters have also taken off and gone in various directions. However, they still have a couple of fighter jets. And
Yeah, they're two-seaters.
yes.
Some of them are two-seaters. Yeah.
And so what you can do is they can literally allow you to parachute from a few thousand feet above Syria.
Oh my god.
I'm still wearing my parachute from earlier. I have not taken it off.
Oh, you haven't taken it off. You're still walking around with a parachute.
Yes.
Cool.
Can never be too prepared.
You should have been a Malkavian.
We're going to land the helicopter in Syria.
Yeah.
Or outside Syria.
Well, I don't know. Where are you going to land the helicopter is my question.
Well, we can't. Where's a?
We must
let's
go
look up a
immediately to where I'm
populated
being
village.
summoned. Where am I being summoned to in Syria?
Yeah.
Well, if I'm not wrong, it's hang on. Share. Copy. I will paste this for you.
In Zoom or
Chat.
Discord?
Yeah, Zoom chat. Hopefully this is right. Tell me what you get.
I have a location. Very good. Yes, yes, let's not dilly-dally. Let's go immediately. In that way.
That way.
That way.
Pilot, go that way.
Right. Well, the pilot says, okay, well, you're flying for a while and you're heading through the top of Syria, and eventually you get to, I assume, I better check my geography here because I could look like a fool.
Yes, there is a McDonald's nearby if you're peckish, Carlisle.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, beautiful, lovely. Oh, yes, yes, reminds me of Burning Man.
Pardon?
You probably
What?
shouldn't have gone to Burning Man. Us being
Right.
scared of fire and all.
Yes,
So the chopper, yeah, I mean, at the end of the Mediterranean, the left-hand side is all Syria, and the right-hand side is all Israel. As you're approaching straight on, with Lebanon in the middle, Damascus is behind that, and you peel off to the right. In fact, as the feeling begins to sort of shape up a little bit more as you get closer, you get more specific, and you start to realize that it's actually not Syria, it's Israel that you're going into.
Yeah.
And you peel around to Israel. And
Tamori, does this match the coordinates that your people gave us?
It takes me that or something.
Do they? Oh, we are not on radio
Are
contact.
we on radio?
Yeah, we got.
yeah, you're on radio.
communications.
You've got
Yeah.
radio right now.
Okay, cool. Could you please repeat that?
Is this where we're heading? Does this match the location that your people got from the cellular devices? We're just flying over Haifa now.
Right.
Is that correct?
Could I check with my people, please?
Seems to be correct as far as you're aware. You're flying into some place called Megiddo. The plains of Megiddo National Park.
No, Megiddo.
Yes.
It's quite close to somewhere called Nazareth. You might have heard of Nazareth.
Yeah, I've heard of Megiddo and Nazareth.
What's
We're
wrong?
gonna get all biblical up in this bitch.
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Well, Megiddo. Surely, my lady, you've heard of Megiddo.
I'm sure Phoebe has. Difficult playing a character that knows much more
All
than
right.
you do.
You better fill us in, Barry.
Well,
You tell me, and you can talk to me like I'm 5 years old.
that is where humans think that the last days are going to recur.
Oh,
Yes. It's better known as Armageddon to us.
the book refers to the site as Armageddon.
Yes.
Armageddon is a place. Well, yes,
Well,
I of
Megiddo
course
is
knew
the
this.
general place.
The
of
whole
I'm going to
time.
use Google Translate. I'm going to use Google Translate to go to turn Armageddon into Japanese.
Okay.
Because
Okay. And
I don't know that word.
of course, you know the other place. Everybody knows the other place.
Nazareth.
Yes. Nazareth was supposedly the birthplace of Jesus Christ,
Yes.
where many children were slaughtered.
Do you need?
Oh, no, that was Bethlehem. Sorry. It's been a while since I've been here.
Would you like me to come along? I can't. I would have to be on my own.
Yep. Get them to bring you on a jet.
We can't. They have no choice. No other choice. So yes.
Okay, so you get on
do
a
that.
jet. They put you on a fighter jet, and you fly.
I've got my bow. I've got my. I'm kitted out. Before we go, I ask for my servants to take off my kimono, my boat wearing kimono, and put on my let's fuck shit up kimono.
Okay,
It
which is different.
is different, yes.
Okay.
A little bit more hardier. Like
All right.
there'll be stuff built into the sleeves or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, my bow, my quiver and sword and stuff. Yep.
Right.
To battle.
Well, I'm honestly not sure whether you can leap out of or eject out of a fighter jet flying at Mach 2 over Syria, or Israel for that matter. But I'm going to say that for this game you can.
I'm very hardy.
It's a two-seater plane, an F-14, so why not?
Yeah. They
I
can
don't know
eject.
planes, so whatever.
Yeah, there's probably some mechanics to do with the canopy that might make it difficult, but
Oh, yeah. Because the whole
uh,
canopy comes off when it.
blasting the canopy off usually is the problem. But alternatively, you know what we say we could do, because we could put you on you could do a halo dive out of a very high flying plane that has
Yes.
props.
Whatever
Carlisle,
doesn't smash me into the canopy, I think is good.
That makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll do a halo drop.
Right.
All right.
I don't know what a halo drop is. Carlisle, can you build my sniper, please?
This-
Puts it
I love
together.
this.
What did
Yes.
you said you had a sniper rifle there?
Yes. I'm bringing it with me.
Here he is.
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh, you mean a sniper rifle?
A
Sorry.
sniper rifle, please.
Those-
Carlisle, you're so
So
funny.
you were a sniper at some point.
Yes, yes.
Oh, at least we have one
Still-
thing in common.
Still am. One hopes, and she. Strap. Okay, I would like to halo dive out of this jet fighter with my sniper rifle and my handbag, please.
You're not in a jet fighter. You're in a
I'm not.
helicopter.
I'm in a helicopter.
Oh, it's not a helicopter. It's not a jet fighter. It's just a plane, but it's flying
would-
very high and it's got propellers and it doesn't matter anymore. You jump
We
out of it.
went separate.
Yes, I know where my summoning point is. Once we're there, I would like to take the most direct route, which is
Right.
down. Thank you.
Right.
She steps out.
Okay, you hit Megiddo Forest.
I pull the parachute. This is like when you don't know. Some storytellers like you didn't, so you pulled the cord. No, you did. I pull the parachute, the bit, the string
The
part,
thing.
the
Right.
thing.
Right. You do the thing with the thing.
I do the
You-
thing with
you-
the thing.
Could you roll the thing, please?
What am I rolling?
The thing with the things, please.
Roll for parachute.
Roll for parachute.
What would that
thingy.
be?
That'd be dexterity and athletics, I
Dexterity
would
and
expect.
athletics.
I think we shall roll for that if we're doing something like that.
Yes, I got a 3.
Three successes. Very good. Yep. Well, you have the option to where you want to land within Megiddo National Park.
I'm just trying to drop right onto my summoning point, or is it not that specific?
Me and Simon better
Can you
follow
drop on
her.
top of the summoning point? Let me see. You can't see the summoning point, but
Me
it
and-
feels like it's close to Megiddo Prison.
Oh dear, my headscarf. It's going to come off. Feels like it's next to the prison. Well, as close as possible, unless I see guards or people guarding the place.
There are guards. Yeah, there's trucks there, and there's a lot of talking. Parts of the prison look like it's on fire.
Oh dear. And so I don't know where precisely in this prison complex I'm being summoned.
You do not.
And the guards, have they spotted me?
They have not, but you should make a dexterity and stealth check now as you come in under the
So I
trees.
land
with your parachute.
stealthily. Stealth mission. Where did our page go? Here it is. Yes, I got another 3.
Another 3. All right, you managed to land and roll up your sneaky parachute back into its little bag.
All right,
Okay,
I want
okay.
to set up my sniper and look through it. Look through the viewfinder.
Does it have a name? This sniper?
No.
No.
Its serial number's been shaved off and
I see.
no name.
All right.
I just want to keep an eye on these people.
Right. Okay. Well, you're looking forward, and you can see a prison in disarray. You can hear trucks running in the distance and men shouting, women yelling, and children shouting, and so forth and so on. In the distance, you hear the occasional gunshot go off. More
But-
shouting.
Just gunshots.
Hmm.
And I'm being summoned to the prison complex itself.
It feels like it.
But it's on fire.
Yeah.
Oh dear. That is the worst.
You can resist it again. You can make a roll if you want to.
But you said not the entire complex is on fire.
Not the entire complex is on fire, that's true. But you don't know this complex. You've never been here before, so you don't know your way around or what's inside.
Hmm.
You
Do
only
I
know the most
speak
direct
Arabic?
route that you want to go is somewhere inside that main tower is where you feel like you want to go.
Now, I don't know if I've been in this situation before, but if I'm being summoned and the person summoning me dies,
Right.
surely I'd stop feeling the summons.
Right.
So presumably, I'm assuming it's Julius is still there. So I just strap my sniper rifle over my shoulder I do load my Glock and have it in my handbag,
Mhm.
and I head towards the tower.
All right, so you start moving. All right, so we'll get another Dex and stealth check from you, please, if you're being stealthy.
You know, I might not be being stealthy. I'm just a very inconspicuous
Right.
little old grandma going for a walk.
All right, fair enough.
Non-threatening.
I will put a peg in you there then, and I shall turn to Barry.
I will follow her down.
Okay. How far
And-
behind are you
When she jumped out, I followed with Simon.
with Simon? Okay. And down to where?
To where she drops. Closest to where she drops as I can get a parachute.
Okay, so you're gonna. So when she's there setting up, she's gonna see you
Yeah.
that close.
She'll see me, yeah.
All right. Well, then you can wave to her.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll let the parachute come down, then get out of the parachute
Yep.
as I'm landing.
Yep.
Yep.
You're gonna make a stealth check.
Yep.
2 9s and a 10. You good? You silently wrap up the parachute, as does your retainer.
Yep. All right, and we go with her to wherever she says she needs to go. After
Okay,
all,
so
she is a
you just-
guest of mine.
So you just start moving with her.
Well, if
Yes.
they're with me, maybe I will be being a little keeping to the shadows and trying to stay out of sight if it's the three of us.
Okay. Okay, so then I will call for stealth checks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's 4 successes.
4 successes. Barry, 3 successes. Ghoul gets 1 success. Not so good, but he's not like totally a muppet. He just looks a bit drunk.
I smile. I just smile.
Charlie,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
in the
Plane.
jet. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, the plane.
Well,
Isn't
jump out. Yep. And you
Okay.
do this very high leaping out of the plane, and you fall for quite a long way, like 8,000 feet. And then within the last 1,000 or 2,000 feet, you pop the cord, and it stops you down at a very low altitude, so that you don't get picked up by radars and stuff, and you can get to the ground quickly. So you do this, and it's your first time doing it. We will get a Dex and Athletics check from you.
Okay. Then.
Would you like to spend a willpower point?
No. Nah.
No? Okay,
No.
well, you injure your arm and your ankle somewhat on a fairly hard landing and take 2 points of non-aggravated damage.
Okay, well, I'm gonna heal that out with my blood. I didn't like that.
Do you have fortitude? If you have fortitude, it might just soak it.
I do have fortitude, that's right.
Okay, well then you just soak it.
Shake it off.
You're like, fuck no, I don't feel that.
Mhm.
I can land
Nope.
on rocks. I can land on shingle with my face bare.
I might need, just in case, I might need to summon one of my retainers. I'm gonna go with one of the retainers that weren't with me on the
Mhm.
boat. So
One of the ones that was with you or was not with you?
was not with me. One that is probably in my home in Japan.
And how did you get this new retainer here?
It's not how did they get here? It's more like how do I get them here? And they can figure that out themselves because I'm summoning them.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
You're summoning them, right? I get it.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Okay, cool.
Because
Summons
actually,
all around.
I might
Such
summon. I mean, I'd rather them to be food, so maybe I will. Oh, can I summon 2 people?
Sure.
My retainer and one of my herd.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. forgive me, it's like the first time I've actually had access to these powers, so
right.
might as well spam them while I have them.
Spam them while you have them. Okay. Well, you are Barry landing next to Phoebe, so you're moving forward. Charlie, you are jumping out of the plane. You land on the beach.
May I call you Phoebe?
I'm sorry, it's not a beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so
good,
certainly,
good.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's just Phoebe,
5 and
or
2.
Madam Phoebe to your ghouls. If there's a person who seems alone, kind of near the prison, looks like maybe they might be a guard, but is by themselves, I would like to approach them, but only if they're alone.
Charlie, you can come in on this anytime.
Oh, I just appear
Oh,
in a different outfit, with my bow on my back, all the chopsticks in my hair. Better
Oh.
kimono.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll put my gun
Not
back.
to call you Charlie. Tamoy.
I'll put my gun back.
Yeah.
I think the Justicars are in this building, which you can also see is flaming. Is there a prison guard around who's by themselves, looking like they're separated from the flock?
Simon,
Perception check, please. Perception alertness. Barry,
I've got heightened senses, eh?
you do.
I will heighten my senses to see if I can see a guard that's
Oh.
roaming around my house.
That's a lot of once.
Minus 2
That's
successes.
the worst roll I've ever done.
Bodhi, why is your perception so bad? What
I
what are you
don't have
thinking about?
night vision. Why is my perception bad?
You're
Yeah,
no
what are
busy.
you distracted by?
Yes. The fire, probably.
That could be it. That would explain it. That would explain it. Okay, so
Is there anywhere that we could see that isn't on fire?
yeah, there's about 2/3 of the building is not on fire.
At this point,
Of the complex, to be fair, it's not a building.
Well, I pick up the pace and head towards the tower.
I'll follow up there with my hand on my sword, the hilt thing. Yeah.
See, that's a roll. That's
a
how
roll.
you roll.
5 successes for Barry's perception alertness.
Okay.
Wow.
Are you following us?
Because I'm getting summoned too, so
Right.
what do I...
You feel like there's something weird going on. With
Yes.
the summon. Like, it doesn't feel right.
I know it's a bit late to say it, but there's something weird about it. There's something not right about it.
Up and turn to Phoenix.
Does either of you get that feeling? It's like...
I get the feeling, but I am not being summoned. I just assumed the worst. Like the boss in a video game or something.
Okay, what if they're forcing our Justicas to call us?
I believe that.
Phoebe,
That sounds completely right.
Yes.
you have this strange unfurling sensation as the blood bond that you have to your Justica is released.
Oh dear. But the summons is still there.
The summons fades somewhat. It's still there.
So with celerity, can I how fast am I? Can I very quickly run around the complex and check out
No, because you'll use too
what's
much
it
blood
do?
to do that. It's not very
Ah,
efficient from a blood
not-
point of view.
Not efficient.
I have a question. Which people from the list that we have, the red list, who frequents this area?
All
Who
right.
frequents Israel?
Okay. From the red list.
Yes.
Well, you would say that Lavinia,
Lavinia.
Kementiri, Tariq, Enkidu, Suresh has been seen in this area once or twice over the millennia. Rigord might have been seen in Syria at some point in the distant past now. Tertius certainly fought here at some point as a Roman centurion.
Naturally.
The Black Pope, you don't know too much about him, but it's possible. He's got connections with the Vatican, and they have connections with various cults that believe in Armageddon.
Yes.
Griselda Blanco, she has connections to Jerusalem Castle. She was seen at Jerusalem Castle in 1953, meeting with some CIA and MI6 individuals.
Okay, I tell them this, what I can remember,
Yep.
and we could be up against any one of them or none of them, or all of the above.
We could do with more people here.
Yes, I just want to go up to one of the people who are around, someone who looks armed.
Okay. There's somebody that's sitting at a table with an AK-47 with a clip of ammunition sitting next to him and a plate of food and a cup. And he looks half asleep and he hiccups and he coughs.
Is he human?
Is he a human or a perception? You would say he's a human, yeah.
You there, protect me.
Huh?
And I want to use entrancement.
How many dots have you got?
3.
How many dots have you got for your spell casting system?
Oh, wait. Oh,
manipulation and leadership or whatever. It is that you can roll.
appearance and empathy.
Right, combined.
Well, you told me to lower my appearance. So now it's only 4, but it was much higher earlier.
Right. Right. Yes. Okay, so
Yes, I
4
have
dice.
4 dice.
4 dice. Okay, no, never mind. Go on then. Roll your dice.
What would we say? Appearance and empathy. Appearance. Empathy. I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
They are entranced for 1 day, according to this book.
Wow. Wow. Okay. They look at you, seemingly entranced.
Yes. Yes, protect us.
Yes. Very well. I'll protect you. Picks up his M16, his AK-47, and loads it up with ammunition.
Yes.
And
Also,
moves over
I
behind
suppose
you.
I'm speaking Arabic, which when you're as old as me, you've had time to learn Arabic. It's a very useful language. And I want to head in to the tower.
All right. Go into the tower with your new bodyguard.
Yes, Phoenix, this might get a little messy.
Now, the whole place is super dusty, this big courtyard that you're walking through, and there's dust everywhere in the air. There's smoke rising up behind there's a bell tower, and you can hear the bell still banging presently as you walk through the complex. There's a couple of people sitting around bleeding and dying. How much blood do you have? You're full?
I haven't used any, but I also don't know what I started at.
Okay, well, you would have been at full. So what's your generation?
You said 6, I believe.
6.
Is that
Okay, I
correct?
think it's 20 then.
30.
30. Is that your
I have it
max?
right. 30. Let me double check. Pretty sure it is.
Or do I have one less from? Well, no, I would
30.
have eaten before going to the meeting.
Yeah, you
30.
would have. So
30, and you can use 6 blood points per turn.
wow,
And build your physical stats up to 7.
7. Holy
I can't do that.
crap. Wow. Okay. So you step into the tower,
Following
right?
my sword. Yeah, I've got my hand on my sword.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yes, I can't. Tomoe, I can't feel Julius anymore. I do fear the worst. So be alert. This might be a trap. This is a trap.
I
Dear,
could sense
you,
that this was a trap a long time ago.
Do you
I
want to
play a lot of video games.
yes,
make
indeed.
self-control checks to see whether you want to continue following the summonses?
Me?
Well, you don't have to at this point.
Oh.
I don't have one. So
I will.
I bait up my summons, so
You what?
Like I said,
I-
this could
it
be.
never worked on me.
It never worked on you. Oh, okay.
No. So I'm just following these guys.
Ah,
And I came here because my guests came here, and because if it's a bad guy here, I want to
Alright.
get the bad guy.
well, you've shrugged the summon off too at this point. Archon Phoenix. You've also gone quiet. I don't know if you're talking.
No, I'm not. I wasn't talking.
I'm talking.
I'm thinking of what to do next.
All right.
He's looking around.
There's dust blowing around you. There's smoke. There's little bits of fire outlining things. There's a tree over there that's got leaves burning on it.
So I say to my new entranced friend, colleague, what happened here?
Bombs from the air. Bombs from the air. I think. I didn't see it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I think bombs from the air. Perhaps it was Americans.
All right. Well, eyes on the sky, and if anyone flies over, let us know immediately, would you?
He grabs your shoulder. He says, "But there was one man," and he pointed his hand like this, and there was fire.
Where is this man now?
I don't know where he is now. I'm staying away from him.
Was
We
there a
should not go any closer.
Tremere? Was there a Tremere on this list?
On the 13 list?
I'm just having a look now. There was one unknown, the Slavinia Cleopatra. No one else here, which doesn't mean it was
Lavinia's being held
not
though,
them.
right?
Held?
When you say being held, that means like
Oh no,
They've
no,
got
no,
him, right?
no.
See, I was confused by that column
yeah,
also.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I need to change the name of that. What do I call that? Case
Case lead.
yeah, case file.
Like
Yeah,
the Ventures would like that.
Case file with, how about that?
Okay, that's a lot better.
Right, that makes sense. So the case file is just with that particular Jessica. Okay.
Yes, I want to find where this room was that I was being summoned to.
Right. Okay, so you're going looking around the inside of this building, and so you find a door which opens to a set of stairs that leads down. Yeah, you with the Tomoe. You you feel your blood bonds slip.
I have blood bonds with I can't remember her name. Caramel.
Well, as it turns
Carolina?
out, the Camarilla, at least the way I run the Camarilla, they love to take control of their Archons and make sure everybody's working very nicely for them. But it's very hierarchical and top down. It's not talked about, but this is how the inner circle runs things.
Okay.
So for the first time in a long time, you're feeling yourself released of obligations to Justicas or even to your fellow vampires.
Really? Okay. It's not just her, it's others.
Well, in so much as what you've been told to do and what have you. I mean, you're here to, your Justica's honor is part of your mission.
Right. Okay. I can't feel Kamina anymore.
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yes.
Phoenix. You're I would know his Justica's name.
Gustav.
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 Can you still feel Gustav?
Can I?
Can you let's make a perception check. Perception and empathy for Philippe.
I suddenly have a craving for Baba Ganoush.
It's a really weird thing to say. We are vampires. What would you do with it?
Well, some of us can still eat, not me. And just some
3
good Baba Ganoush.
successes. Phoenix, you really sit there and question this for a while, and you decide that you can still feel Archon Gustav's connection.
I can still feel it. It's very faint, but I
I
can
think
feel
we're running out of time. We need to go find him.
Right. I hasten. I pick up my cane and quite spry.
Right. Sprightly.
Follow your intuition, Phoebe. Go, go, go.
Go. I'm at a fast jog at this point.
At a fast jog. Okay. Right. Well, you can make perception alertness checks then.
Okay.
Can make a perception.
8. Wow.
Wow.
Well, I
Okay,
got a 1,
success.
but Tomoe will cover me.
Right. Luckily for you, Tomoe is covering you. Tomoe, the most bizarre thing you've ever seen in your entire life happens. Right. You see this white glow float out from around the side of the building. This white gleam, this holy light shining like this orb, and inside it is a shape, and your eyes refocus on the shape, and you realize that it's a fucking baby holding a Tommy gun.
What?
And it has a like a halo that is shining this bright light. It has wings behind it, and it turns and it goes, "You there!" And it starts shooting at you. Dex and dodge.
That was a baby.
Sorry, and I don't see this. Is
Oh,
what
you
you're
blind
telling me?
you see it after she starts dodging it. After it starts talking and firing. Yeah, I guess you see it. 4 successes. Okay.
So are we inside the building now?
Press up against the wall.
And this baby is outside?
You're both outside. You're
We're
kind of
all
in a
outside.
tight complex. Yeah.
That was a baby, a floating baby with wings.
Wait, am I
Yes.
also rolling dodge?
Yes, you are.
Yes. All right. There we go. There's
6 successes. Okay, you both dodge everything. Phoenix, what are you doing?
Matrix Nana.
Cannot hear you,
Shoot it.
Phoenix.
Shoot it.
Here,
Shoot it. Okay.
you hear
what are you
all the
shooting with?
clicking.
Boom, boom, boom.
What are you shooting with?
Handgun.
Handgun. So Glock?
Yeah. Glock, yeah.
Something like that? Okay. Archon Phoenix shooting.
So is the
Oh.
baby flesh colored or is it glowing white?
It's kind of hard to say. It's like it's flesh colored with white glowing out from inside of it.
It has I say the word in Japanese. I say the word Tomigan in Japanese.
Right.
Yes. I don't know what that is.
Well, if you're old enough, you might, because they were pretty exclusive to. They're used in World War
No,
I
I mean the
II.
Japanese word. I know.
right.
I know what a Tommy gun is.
Ah,
I don't speak Japanese.
I see. I see.
I'm too busy learning Arabic and Russian. How far above the ground is the baby floating?
About 7 feet.
Oh,
I get out my my bow and arrow, and I'm going to fire at it. By the way, the arrow is in my hair.
All right.
It's specifically used to kill vampires. So
Okay.
yeah.
oh,
And
So
I'm
you
going
knock
to
the
fire.
bow and you fire. Okay, so make a dex and archery check, please.
Okay. God damn it. I do have archery here. Of the traits.
Barry is shooting at it first. I have to remember that.
8.
Wow.
I am
okay.
a mighty warrior. I've been
Right.
doing this.
So Barry, 3 successes.
Every
Mad
day.
Girl Charlie, 8 successes. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Well, between the two of you, you
We kill a baby.
plaster it. Yeah, you kill it, and it screams this awful noise as it kind of collapses in on itself like a little black hole, and it tears itself apart, and all the light goes and disappears. And behind it, you can hear this cracking noise from just around the corner.
yes. Well, either you just tore a hole in space-time, or there's a Tremere or a Tsamitsi waiting for us. I want to go towards the sound, but try and keep a wall as cover if something's going to fire at me.
All right.
Do
Well,
the
this
same,
is
but on the other side.
there's this kind of jagged up and down wall that's about hip high most of the way around there, so you can kind of come out and pop up and have a look and keep cover.
Can we
as you
go to the baby?
Baby's gone.
Is my arrow still there?
You can go to the arrow.
Imploded.
The arrow is half gone. The
I-
head is missing.
I pick it up and I look at the others.
Well, before you do that,
Oh.
you come around the corner and there is this black, shiny surface vertically hanging in the air. And next to it is this flagpole with this flag snapping in the air that's sort of coming through this tunnel. That's when you look at this shiny object, you can sort of see into it, and it is at the same time, on the one hand it's flat, and on the other hand it seems to be limitless and full of many dimensions.
Yes, I get out my umbrella and I throw it at it.
Your umbrella makes a short, sharp noise and disappears. There's a discharge of static electricity that ripples across the surface, up and down. When it hits the floor, you see it ripple, and these absurd blue rings go up the flagpole to the top of it, and then just release to the atmosphere.
So the umbrella fell onto the floor.
The umbrella fell into the portal, you discover.
And what hit the ground then? Nothing hit the ground.
The electricity that discharged from it.
But the umbrella is no more.
Yeah.
What are you feeling, Phoebe-chan?
Did you see this?
Yes.
Yes, this is out of my pay grade, unfortunately. We should have brought a Tremere. Well,
It's weird that you would say that.
yes, what a strange thing to say. I do, storyteller, I do have some occult. Can I think really hard if I've seen anything like this before, or if I might know? I've studied a little bit.
You can make a intelligence and occult roll, please.
It's not my strongest suit, but
I have some of that too. Might
Yeah.
I? Might we
Dog
coordinate our
pile,
thoughts?
you mean? Yeah.
Yes, no, that was no good for me.
4.
Four.
And that there you go. See, you'll get.
It sounds very familiar to the old the Japanese folktale of. Don't know. Fill in the blanks here.
It's quite likely that it does.
Is that the one with the fox?
No,
No, no.
But they all have foxes. What are you talking about?
it's the one with the kappa. His head, portal head. This reminds me of his of the kappa's portal head.
So with 4 successes, Charlie. I mean, yeah. For there's always been legends of portals to other places, to other realms. They've had different names in different cultures. You've never ever given them any real thought to be possible or real. But yeah, every folktale's got this stuff. Portals to the Fey realms or whatever.
Is this where you're being led to, Phoebe?
Is this the spot?
This seems to be the spot.
Yes.
I push her in.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I resist.
I use potions.
I use potions.
I guess this is happening.
Phoenix,
Max just
All
sits
right, here
down
we
and
go.
watches this
Phoenix
event
starts
taking
eating
place.
popcorn.
Yeah, basically, I'm watching the two of them.
Okay.
Do
So
I know or have heard of anything like this at all?
I rolled for you, and the answer was 0 successes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you're pushing.
Yeah.
So you're making a strength and athletics check with potence as automatic successes added to the roll.
Right.
This is a contested roll, so you're both making the same roll.
And what do I do with my potions?
You just add it as 2 automatic successes at the end.
In my head, or
In your
or
head, yeah.
There's
in your
no
head.
no function for that. Okay. Well,
So you have 3
Wait.
successes plus.
I got 8.
I'm
Wow.
rolling
In total.
so badly.
Sorry,
and I,
7
yeah,
in
I
total.
can't. Oh, hold on. So is each point of potence an automatic success?
That's correct.
I have 4 potents, so that is 7 also.
Oh.
Oh, oh! I'm seeing your feet sliding to a halt on this, on the dusty floor panels.
I'm impressed, old lady.
You could have just asked. She shoves you back. She's very, very strong for her size.
Yeah.
Now, one moment. You there, young human. Just pop through there, and if you can, come back and tell us what you've seen.
Yes.
Are you asking that guy you asked to protect us?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, not you, Phoenix. Enjoy your popcorn.
He walks over to it and he reaches out to touch it as if, to see what will happen. Basically, as he slowly touches
I'm
it.
going to push him.
You
Yeah.
really?
Yes, we don't have all night.
Okay.
Yeah.
He starts screaming as this liquid metal surface grabs him and starts to suffocate him and pull him into it. And then poof, he's gone. You're not sure whether that was the result of you pushing him or not. It might have been a little bit less traumatic if he had gotten to do it on his own terms. But,
Don't care.
Well, he's not
My conscience
coming
point
back.
is 1.
I'd like to investigate the area and see if there's any tracks of our Justicars, any evidence that they were here.
As you're looking around, you're seeing the portal is starting to get smaller.
Well, it looks like we had to make a choice. Do we
That
jump in or do we stay?
Tamoy, the your folk tale. What does it say about this?
Let's say about it.
Well, only what I told you. I think that's what we talked about.
Right, yes. Didn't really pick up a lot from it, but
Doesn't say anything about portals shrinking.
mm,
Too obscure a reference. Perception
Okay.
alertness, though.
don't think it was very helpful. Perception alertness. 2.
2. I'll roll for Barry. Perception alertness for everyone. Yeah. 5 successes.
Good
Bodhi.
job.
Fucking hell. Okay. You guys notice Phoebe noticing another flash on the horizon.
What do you see?
Does it look like a meteor entry, or is it more covering the entire sky?
Covers the sky.
Right. Look here, Tamoy. I'm not very happy with what you did earlier. I'm going to touch this, but if you try and push me, and I just hit her with my really hard with my cane.
Whack.
Dodge. Next dodge.
All right.
5 successes. I just
This thing is heading for the. This thing is heading for the where we're standing, pretty much, eh?
What thing?
The darkness.
I will not do anything.
Wait, do I roll to hit? Do I have to contest that?
You guys, I mean, you can. Yeah, all right. If you
My intention is I want to take her unawares, hit her very hard, and the moment she's distracted, I just want to touch the blackness with my finger and feel what it feels like and withdraw my hand and not get pushed into the portal of doom.
I choose not to do that anyway, but I am dodging at this point.
Well,
So
I don't trust you. Can I roll to
Good.
do I roll to
Good.
hit?
roll to hit.
Strength.
Dex and brawl.
Oh, Dex and brawl.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm just saying.
Seems
4
right.
successes for
And
the
do
attack.
do I add my potence or no?
No,
Potence is
no, that
strength.
would be for damage.
Okay. Well, as she's dodging and distracted anyway, I just want to just
Touch.
tap it. Just touch the portal with my
Okay.
hand.
Can you make a perception and occult roll?
That's a 2.
2 successes. You are overcome with terror, and it is very cold, and you feel it. For a moment, you think it's just frozen you into place, and then you just feel yourself and everything around you dissolve in some sort of time dilation as the speed of the universe just continues to get faster and faster until the Earth is destroyed by the sun, until space-time is stretched out and the universe dies of heat death. And then there's nothing left. There's just you and the emptiness forever. And then you take your finger out.
After you, Tamoy.
You haven't told us what you went through, what you experienced.
Yes, well, it wasn't painful, so clearly that just works. That just happens to humans. You were so eager for me to enter. Presumably, you were going to follow me, but the youth first.
I would say that you should probably go first.
You hear a a sound. Everybody hears the sound in the distance. Do you make perception checks?
Sure. Nope. Too busy
Uh,
staring at the old woman.
Right.
Perception and alertness.
Yeah.
After touching it, would there be any reason to roll another occult check? Or have I not gained any more knowledge or insights from my encounter?
What was your occult?
I think I rolled a 0 or something
0.
earlier.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
a
if you
2.
could find something in particular that you wanted to ask me about it, but it would have to be specific.
Well, so I guess Bodhi is wondering if this is Lasombra related. I suppose Phoebe would be curious about that also, presumably.
You see horses coming through the mist that you didn't really consider was there further out. And you can hear the squeaking noise now. And you can hear people. You see people carrying spears.
Are there Lasombra in V2? Did I?
Yeah, there are.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yes, I'm wondering if Phoebe has encountered a Lasombra and if
yes, she has.
There's anything that reminds her of that encounter with this thing.
Right.
Or
right.
if it feels unrelated.
It feels related, but this seems to be tapping into whatever the source is of whatever the Lasombra use. Like this is more elemental than whatever the Lasombra's stuff is. This is a natural phenomena, or it feels like it.
Does it feel natural? And there are horses.
A supernatural phenomena. Yes, horses about you, and then you see a chariot, and there is a fellow on the front on top of the chariot. He pulls up. The chariot just pulls up next to you. There's like 8 horses on the front of it. This person turns to you. He's got blonde curly hair. Looks over at you, and he says, "So, where are you going?"
Have we met?
Is he speaking English?
What languages do you most speak between you?
Just common.
Common.
Yeah.
Common. Undercommon.
I think
Giant.
I've established Arabic, Russian, and probably every European language: English, German, French, Spanish.
Right.
Don't know if I'd know any others.
You guys probably all speak a few languages in common. It's going to be the closest thing that any of you know to something like either Persian or Farsi, or it could be Italian, it could be Latin, Turkish.
I think I'm more
Greek.
likely to have sort of stayed with the Asian countries with my my languages.
All right.
Turkey's half in Asia.
Well,
I have been in the Middle East before, so I'd have some
Yep.
Middle Eastern languages.
Yep. Okay. Well, it's in common.
Yes.
I have my hand on my sword.
Do I recognize this person?
Do you recognize them? You do not, but you are immediately impressed by their majesty.
Can we contest? Not contest. Can we fight it, please?
Sure.
Love a good fight.
I'd like to not be impressed.
Yeah, exactly. What do we need to roll for that, though?
Right. Let me check that out.
Yeah.
Majesty. Courage.
A courage check.
Yep. And it's against. The difficulty is 10.
Okay.
Wait.
This is gonna hurt so much. Okay.
Phoenix is just gonna.
It's gonna suck it up.
No, I got 110.
Gonna suck it up.
Good job.
Oh, good job.
You got 110. Wow.
I wasted all my
I
good
ask?
rolls on not being impressed.
Nope. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
You're impressed?
What?
I will bow. The way that a Japanese woman would do.
May I ask your
Very
name, my
deeply.
lord?
He turns to you. He says, "You can ask." He says, "Where are you going?"
We're making up our mind whether we want to go your way or stay here.
Well, I'm going to Rome first. I have things to do in Rome.
Who are
Do
you?
you? Yes.
Who am I?
Where are the cats coming from? Oh,
They're outside, I'm sorry.
okay.
I have no control
See,
over
I'm
what
just-
they're doing.
But yeah, who are you?
Who I am is not so important right now. But yeah, actually he's not going to Rome. I don't know why I said that. That was entirely incorrect and wrong. Getting back on the page now. You forget you heard anything about that.
Okay.
He's going to run
Who's
then, eh?
firm?
So, again,
Again, he says, "Do you know what that is?"
he looks like none of the people from the last day.
Nope.
Cool. That's all right. That's a good start.
We're
I've
going
heard
to
of-
well,
ask you the
potentially-
same question.
Potentially Tertius.
I'll say the name in Japanese of why I think this is from the fairy tales. You can
You're,
understand. It's a power move. It's a power move.
Right.
Yeah.
Very well.
Would I? Tertius.
Tertius. Yeah.
Okay. I say to this person.
Yeah.
Do I have the dishonor of addressing Tertius?
He turns and spits off the side of his chariot. You most certainly don't have that honor or dishonor. You have the honor of addressing Remus.
Remus.
And
Oh, mm.
where are you heading,
Does
Remus?
He says, I have come a long way to get here, and I have brought many supplies, and there is further to go ahead.
I just point at. You're heading through this monstrosity.
You might say so. He turns around to his men. He says, this is the place. And they nod and they begin to unpack their gear.
Oh, how many men does he have with him?
About
Give
500
Oh,
I tell
on
him that
horseback with spears.
I tell him in English that the it is growing small.
Growing small.
The
it's shrinking. The
yeah.
portal.
He looks at it. And we'll have to be quick. And he orders his men to bury all of their equipment within a 4x4 cubic space near themselves, and then to lay down on top of their equipment.
Now we got to make a decision. Are we going or are we not? Because we got to copy him.
We've got to
Yeah.
copy him.
Yeah, because he obviously knows what he's doing and what that is.
Yes, where does this go? Where are you heading, Remus?
You know nothing, do you? Why are you here?
They have been summoned
Of
by
course you
their
have.
justicas.
You sure?
No, I'm not sure. I don't actually believe it, so.
There was something funny about it, but I'm beginning to realize what the something funny was.
The likelihood is that you've been summoned for lunch.
As have you.
Oh, I'm going to fight it. Behold, his army.
Yes, and then what happens when you kill it?
Then I take over.
Is this related to our extraterrestrial friend?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about him. He shouldn't seem to be too much of an issue. I should say that by the time he gets here, this portal will be gone, evaporated, and my brother will be too late. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Oh,
Is that your brother?
Who?
No.
The one who will be too late.
No. That, my friend, is my sire.
Well,
So-
far
so-
be it from me to block your way. I just move out of the way of the portal.
He turns and he waits for his soldiers to finish burying all of their equipment. And then he orders them all to take out their spatha, which is a short sword, and commit suicide, which they do. On that spot, each of them kills themselves with their spatha right on top of their equipment, laying on this muddy plain.
Well, now
Starts
that
to
seems like a
rain.
waste.
No, it isn't. It is a noble act.
Starts to rain at that point, and then he turns and he says, "Are you coming?" By the way, they buried his chariot too, and even his charioteer has killed himself.
Well, what do you two think?
I await you on the other side. Good night. He steps through the portal,
I follow him.
flips his cape as he goes through.
I don't trust him, Phoenix.
I'm gonna hate this, but I'll
I follow him.
follow my guest.
All right. Well, you go through. At this point, it is 9:54. We're almost 6 minutes out from end of session. I can't think that there's going to be a better cliffhanger than that. It is supposed to be a one shot, and that was kind of where I wanted to bring it to anyway. Either that or I was gonna kill you all.
By the way, I don't go through.
You don't go through?
I didn't say I did.
All right. That's fine. And that's it. That's tonight's game. That's the story.
That's the end. There's no more. We don't get to see the other side.
Not tonight. Not in this session. If you want another session, I'm happy to give you another session. So I want everyone to like get 3 free sessions over the Christmas holidays. So that's my plan. I was trying to make it all split out into, well, particularly out of you guys, not every single person in the Discord group, because that would be unrealistic, but out of the people who are actually playing in my games. Yeah, so maybe if you want to, we could continue with this. If you want to, it's up to you.
I do really like this. This is so much fun.
You're actually liking this?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
playing this woman.
Okay.
I have learned I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to play a Bruja for a long session.
For a long time.
I find them like a little
Lackluster?
limited. I don't know. What's
Do
that?
ask.
Lackluster, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's
Not
the
very
same
complex.
adventure, but like I thought I'd give it a shot.
It's like playing a human fighter.
Right.
I'm still deciding with pretty much my character would be like thinking. She's reserving her opinion on going into the portal just yet.
Right. Well, that's a good place to pause it anyway. So
Can
if you
I-
want to, yeah.
Can I talk to you for 2 seconds?
At the end?
Yeah.
Sure.
When should we play again? We're doing 3. We're
Yeah.
doing 3?
Well, it's up to you if you want to try and fit that in.
Wait,
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Probably not tomorrow.
Ah.
I think I might actually drag this out over a couple of weeks because I've got too many things going on. Trying to fit all this stuff in between
Yes.
them is killing me.
My one note from this session is just Klaus from Munich. Is he okay? I don't really care.
I don't really care. Everything's going to
I
hell in a
actually
handbasket.
don't care.
Right. Right. Fair enough. Yeah, well, the plan basically was to make this a 2-act. This was supposed to be a 2-act story, with the first act was going to be you guys. I assumed you were going to try and chase somebody down or something, but nah.
We tried to chase the Aquaman, and then
You
I
did.
had to get summoned.
That wasn't the guy I was
Yeah.
thinking that you're going to chase. But
Oh.
to be fair, but that
I
being
thought,
said,
like,
it makes sense.
Yeah, like this. I think for most of the session, I was thinking, like Sage, how she's like expecting vampire apocalypse, aka the head honcho,
Right.
aka we are going to be his food. So part of me is like, can I resist this?
Right.
I don't want to be eaten, please. Thank you.
Fair enough.
I don't want to be a tomato sandwich. Molly sandal.
I'm so warm in this room. Oh my god.
Yeah, you need to sort that out.
I need
Get
to
like
get
a aircon
fan.
or something.
Yeah, aircon be good. Be quiet, quieter than a
You
fan.
you have like New Year sales for a fan if you want one.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
how you'd have a fan and mitigate that noise, but
Right.
Can you hear mine? Mine's been blasting right at the microphone the whole
No.
session.
Can't actually hear it at all. It does a good job of removing that.
could you hear all the shit people were throwing out the window
Nope.
I heard a lot of clanging and clunking. Yeah,
Oh,
from
really?
mine or from?
I don't know where it came.
Yeah, there was one that was just like this heavy thunk. Like
Someone's
it sounded
throwing
like a
stuff-
coffin was falling from the
Someone
sky.
threw a coffin out your window. Where do you
Wow.
live?
Central Wellington.
In
Yeah. Okay, this was fun. Yeah, we'll come up with
Cool.
another time to continue this.
Alrighty. Well, that's the main thing. We'll talk to you soon then
True.
on Discord.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I'll stay and talk to Barry for 2 seconds.
Okay.
See
Bye
ya.
bye.